Hi. We're going to turn the computer. Welcome to the Italian Nicolucci. Okay, cool. Nicolucci live stream. I don't know why I still have these out because these are nippers for rivets, which I did use earlier, but we don't need right now. Today is, what is today? April 13th, 2026. And I still haven't quite decided if I'm PMSing too much for this or not, but here we are. Time to post the link. Oh yeah, and there's a big stack of stuff. Okay. Post the link, post the link, post the link. Bum ba-dum, bum ba-dum. So what I'm thinking we're going to do is we're going to cut... Jesus. Let me actually type this. Post. Kato. Anyway, so what I'm thinking is to actually like, oh my god. See, this is what I mean about the PMS. My brain's just like, bleh. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to select a set of, I think probably 20 fabrics. We're going to cut 10, and then we're going to do a, and that's what we're going to sew this week because I have Hanami on Saturday with Ancient Arts, and then I want to we're going to cut the 20. We're not going to interface everything, I think is the key, actually. I don't know what to do anymore. It's kind of like meh. Half a dozen one, 6 of the other. The good news is that we do have a bin with a bunch that are basically ready to go, so that's what I'm actually going to work from as well for some of the picks. But I do want to get some of the new fabrics into rotation. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to pull the bin out, and that's what we're going to do first, and then we're going to go in and do the... and then we're going to go in and do the new fabric. So let's pick 10 out of the tote bag box. The other part of this is then we can also select, I think there's lining fabric in here still as well, so we can do that next too. Because we're going to need lining, pockets, interfacing, blah, 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 blah. All right, so let's dig in here. See, like there's ones that are already interfaced. Oh, these are from the tote bag. So let's snag. Wait, are they? Oh, these might be ones that we had intended and then misplaced the drawstring channels or something on them. Oh no, there's the drawstring channel right there. Okay, so then that one's already set up. And then 1, 2. What's that? What? Yeah, I'm downstairs. What's up? Okay, one moment. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. It's Girl Guide night, and it was just figuring out how to get the tie done. So, so what we're doing right now is we're selecting out. I'm gonna pick out like 10 fabrics from the bin that's like Kato, and then we're gonna pick out 10 new fabrics, and we're gonna try and sew 10 this week. I'm like, there's stuff in here that's partially finished, so like we've been having issues finding their drawstrings, haven't we? Cause like look at that, that one's really good and it's partially finished. Okay, what about the owls? Okay, the owls just need canvas. Oh no, we have canvas right here. Okay. We also have, why do I feel like some of these are, my brains. Okay, let's do the cat faces because it's actually, yeah, we could do the cat faces, and then what I'm thinking, so the back cuts of these originally were actually large box bags, but we can square them up, and I think we do gyoza bags from these back cuts because why not, right? Okay. Well, hello, there's just some fabrics in here that are just like at the end of their amount, so they should obviously become Kato. Cool. Okay, I definitely want the Segai-ha print here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, reserved in case. 4, 5, because it's definitely got its drawstrings. Okay. I really want a Kato out of this, and because this is the last of this tuxedo cat. Super cute. So 6. Same with the owls, it needs to be ironed. 7. 8. 9, since that's what I've been intending this like really bold and large print floral for. And then what is this waiting for? Are you just waiting for an interior? You're just waiting for an interior. I literally have interiors and pockets like right here, so let's just pair that up right now and just have it. Okay, so how many? And then I found some of the drawstrings when I was tidying up today, because surprise, why wouldn't I find drawstrings while I'm tidying up today? Fuck me. Not in the fun way either. Okay, I normally don't go with this bright for that, but whatever. There we go. So I've got polar bears, I've got roosters, I've got pom-poms, and then I've got the pastels here. So let's actually have a look through for some of those maybe. Because if it's like that work is done already, why am I not making them, right? Okay, here's the lining pieces as well. This might actually be intended to be pockets. That might be why I set that aside. And then I decided what we're going to do, because I'm the one who makes the rules, mostly, is we're going to use the sheets that I've thrifted to make the pockets. Because why wouldn't I? That is got a handle and a lining. We're gonna pop that over to make a large box bag. Since it's like, it's not like well, okay, I'm not gonna specifically cut any more large box bags. Just not like, that's what the hiatus is on. Okay, there's those. Okay, and then it's like, what is in here that's maybe partially done but doesn't have drawstrings? Is that what's up? Or like, I don't know. I need to go back through here and maybe we'll just start. I think for the ones that we don't have drawstrings actually in here, what we'll start doing is we will go in and we'll start just making up drawstrings, which means basically we'll cut a lining piece that matches the pockets or something, and then yeah, coordinate it, right? So I don't think that's the worst thing to do. Actually, let's do the geisha here as well, because that will be really pretty. Okay, that's probably enough anyway. I am going to throw... No, it's not. Fine. I really like this one. And I think... Oh, but you're cut to be a big bag. And then how tall are you? Yeah, your drawstrings might be a little bit too small. Okay, we'll reserve that one and see what happens. Same here. That could be a gyoza bag instead. Okay, what else do we have down here? We got mimosa, we got butterflies, we've got this sassy cat. It's like, I want to add in new prints, but not at the same time. I have so many good ones still here to go. Actually, if that's not the right size, that's a better... No, we can make that work. Maybe a little bit not tall enough, but that'll be a good bag. Okay, so for the ones that are here that I'm like, new, it looks like we probably should do is just make sure that we cut some off of the fabric before we completely use it up. That's what I'm going to go with. Oh, and the hedgies. Except they're also in the same boat of... Oh, okay, no, these are technically small box bags. Yeah, these are both small box bags. Okay. And that's going to require too much thinking power right now. And what about you guys? You look like you are a large wedge bag. No, you're just under a... Okay. Anyway, we have enough from this box then. At least we use up a few of them, right? So there's that. This could be... Actually, this does have its drawstrings. They're literally right here. Okay, so we're missing drawstrings for the Sakura and the black cats, which is wild. And then I have drawstrings for ones that should be in here that I haven't seen for a bit. So that's okay. Kind of, not really. We'll figure it out. Why are you... You're just cranky. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're at the point where that's enough from here. Let's go grab some of the new prints. And then we'll get cracking. Kind of. Okay. Yeah, like, so here's a perfect example of this, is that here are two. Actually, there we go. So there's the two that we'll use for the black cat here. It won't coordinate with the pockets, but it coordinates well enough with the black cats. And then at least it gets... Actually, no, I'm going to go in and see if we have that print still. We should have enough for both of these just to cut a set of drawstrings. Okay, I'm going to choose 20. Proceeds to choose all 50 that she needs to sew in the month. Alrighty, the problem is we have so much fabric now. Okay, it's a good problem. This is not a complaint. I did find the black cats with the florals. It is, however, a bit of a conundrum, because it's like when you have so much, what do you start with? What was the other one? It was that Sakura Dobby, which I also have. Perfection. Okay, so we can cut drawstrings for both of those, and then if we find more drawstrings, we still have some available that we could make stuff out of. Okay. God, where do I even start? It's actually giving me shivers looking at the stash right now. It's like, fuck yes, and hell no. Oh my God. Like, do we go with sheep? Do I go with... Okay, this is an older fabric, but it's all the hedgies, and we haven't had a lot of Kato, or a lot of anything of the hedgies. Do I go with neons? Or bonsai cats? Or little curled up cats? Fuck. Oh my God. Like I said, my brain is not with this. This might have been a bad decision for tonight. You think? You think, Katie? I'm also realizing that realistically, I kind of need to make a black cat shelf. Okay, once we've done cuts and I go back to reorganize, that is something we will do a black cat shelf. Because otherwise they're like... The other thing I'm thinking about is that I haven't actually updated the wholesale catalog, so I don't want to undercut them too much either. Well, whatever. Retail over wholesale. I think we should do all the bonsai kitties. No, we'll try and get one colorway of each thing in. Okay, so I just pulled the super bright, like the Seigai Ha Koi. I know it's an old print, but I think we should do the turtles. Because then the turtles can be pulled in for linings, for purses, because that would be cute. And then let's do, actually we are going to do both of the Fuji that I have because they're spectacular. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then I think we should do the black with silver floral, 6. Okay. We don't have any cat fabric, and I definitely want to do my favorite one that I got. I know I say that I normally don't have favorites, but I definitely have a favorite this time. Oh my god, it is spectacular. And I don't even know what it is. Like, this might be one where it's like I make something and I'm like, oh, that's mine. I actually don't have a Kato, so maybe I should make myself a Kato bag. There's the blue version. Where is the white version or off-white version of it? See, so this is why I actually organize based on at least like fabric theme, typically. Because where the fuck did it go? Oh, it's on the table because I was showing it off on the interview with Peace. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so let's choose. Okay, we're gonna break my rule and we're gonna do 2 colors of the bonsai. 7, 8. Okay. Itty bitty kitties, 9. Wallpaper cats. Black or off-white? Yeah, whatever. 10, 11. And then let's choose 12. So one more. A sheep, maybe? Or one of the neon cats. Sheep, neon, or see, so this is why I typically like pull way too many fabrics out and then we like pare them down when they're on the table, because then I'm not standing in here dithering. I don't think we've made Kato out of the cats that are acting like people. We definitely haven't made anything out of the piano cats yet. That would be popular. Shit. I don't like this, guys. I don't like having to choose. I just want to do it all, and I have 0 time. Oh, shoot. We should do the Shiba. Okay. Damn it. The dogs. Okay. Actually, we'll then pull both of these because Frenchies are popular. And so are these surfing dogs will also be popular. Okay. I sound so mad about it. I'm not mad about it. Just like, there's so many. And I do think we should actually pull one of these neon cats and the curly cats. Ugh, yeah, okay. The other part of this is that I've stacked all the fabrics, but the stack just fell over, proving my point that I probably should, my point to myself of these actually need to be stood on their ends, or maybe like that. Yeah, stood on their ends, please, thank you. Because then it's a little bit easier to remove fabrics from the shelves. There's also panda nigiri. Oh, and there's that bird one. Bird nigiri. Oh, fuck me, the birds. The birds. And I am sorry, I am sniffly. I really fucking hope I'm not getting sick again. Dallas has definitely been off and on sick this week, and I'm just like, please don't get me sick. I don't have time to be sick again right now. Like, I already lost time, given that the kiddo and I were both sick. Birds or mushrooms? I'm not talking to you like you can answer me like I'm in the other room chatting with me on the chat. I thought there was... Didn't I get punk? I thought I got punk onigiri birds. Did I put them somewhere else? Oh, did I put them with food? But that would be food. They would be right there. There's donuts. Where the fuck did they go? Disappeared. Okay, we've got enough. It would have been good to have them, but we've got enough. Ugh, and that upset my belly. It's kind of like hanging upside down to look at the stiff. Maybe I put them somewhere else, which wouldn't be surprising. Hid them for myself. And I thought I had more colorways of that one too. Damn. Anyway, next time we do this, actually, I'll bring you in and we'll lay them out on the table that's in here, and then we'll bring them out to the cutting table. Curly cats. So we go gray. Now I want to go with a lighter color because honestly it's like we're coming to the point where most people are buying lighter stuff because it's coming to summer. I swear I had another colorway of this one, but apparently not. Alright, stand up. We'll squish you in. Oh, I do. No, I don't. I only have one colorway of this. I thought there was more, but apparently not. Okay, that one, this one, and that's where we're calling it. More than I need. And then I am going to bring the sheets back out as well. And actually, we'll take another look at these out on the table and just make sure. And then the other part is I probably should start a proper bin for gyoza bags. And we should actually make some gyoza bags for Otafest. There's too much in that doorway. I nearly killed myself. There we go. Happy pile of fabrics. Not that you guys can see them. Sorry if you get motion sick. There's the pile of fabrics that we just threw on the table. I'm gonna move the bin. Oh, actually, yes. No, we can move, right? We can move the bin because there's nothing else out of here that I need. No, I grabbed the bags we're gonna make. And I grabbed the lining pieces. I'm pretty sure we've also used all the pockets out of here too. So, that bin now returns under the table. Oh, success. Okay, so these are the new fabrics that we're going to go through and decide on. I'm going to also move the vacuum out of the way. And the chair that was in my way into the studio, into the fabric side here. And then I'm going to snag... Oh, God. Some of the... Oh, there's a nice one. Okay, I'm going to grab... I decided what we're going to do for pockets is we're going to actually cut down the sheets that I've thrifted. Because why not? I'm kind of like... It's kind of daunting to think about cutting down... cutting like mini traveler sling pockets out of sheets. And so I'm like... This is way better. So there's a nice like little stripey. It's kind of like sketch stripes. And then we got this nice yellow and white stripes. And they've been washed and they've been like in my studio long enough that they've been airing out. So I'm pretty sure that should be enough as well, which will be good. Yeah, they'll need to be ironed. That's it. Because I didn't iron any of the sheets before I put them up there. we just discussing? Because, so book club's tomorrow. We're reading, what do we read? Shield of Sparrows and Rites of the Starling, which are the first two books in a currently unfinished trilogy by Devney Perry. Sorry, I'm just moving a couple more things out of the way so I'm not constantly stepping on stuff. And yeah, that's it. But the second book ends on a cliffhanger. And it's like, oh my god, it's a good thing that like the next book is coming out in fucking March. Oh, I was so pissed off. Well, no, I knew, okay, come on, it's the second of trilogy of a romantasy series. So of course it's going to have a cliffhanger. Like you can't get around it, right? So it is what it is. All right, we have the selection of fabrics that I'm going to hopefully do for Kato hopefuls. So I was in the room way too long trying to decide. I did grab the fabrics that I just need to cut drawstrings from because there's 0 point in leaving bags that are already this far to rot. And then we've chosen, let's see what we've chosen all together. This was not chosen, that was just left on the desk. Okay, so if we've got those two here, 1, 2, and then we've got the gray puffs. I'm not super sold on that one. I know, same principle, but the cats I know for sure will sell, and that Sakura one will sell, especially if I get it finished for Hanami, which is this week. Ancient Arts Yarns. Coffee, because coffee is always popular, so it's 3. Gecko on red. No. Okay. So there's still just 3. Yes to this one, because I don't know, it's just been calling my name and I haven't worked with it yet. So 4. Black cats with sweets. Yes. 5. Owls. Although I think owls needs math, so no. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Yes. 6. It needs a bit of math, but nothing like super intense for my brain right now. 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Yeah, because those last few will all sell too. Okay, so let's throw the rest of the fabric that will become Kato, just not this. They're just not making the cut right now. I.e. yeah. Excuse me. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Oh, and then this is 12 because it needs leather and an interior. Oop-de-doo. 11. 12. Okay. So there's a dozen. Okay, so yes to neon cats. 12. 13. Yes to bonsai cats on teal and bonsai cats on pink. Surfing dogs. Frenchies, mostly in crowns. Royal Frenchies. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Shiba and long-tailed tits, snow fairies. Wallpaper cats. I think we should only do one of the wallpaper cats in this situation then. No, whatever. Cut them both. Itty bitty kitties. This one, this is my hands down favorite. Don't ask me why, but I will probably make myself a Kato out of this colorway. Yes to the Japanese florals. Yes to Fuji in both colorways because they are very distinct. And again, we're trying to go for some gender neutral male options, masculine options. Turtles because lots of guys do like the turtles. The neon koi on the Seigai Ha. Curl cats, because most of them are curled up like little croissant. And then this one, which I swear I had more colorways of, but apparently I do not. Or at least I can't see them right now. So what did I say? 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, sew that by Saturday. Yes. Am I delusional? Yes. And then I think the yellow actually works for the majority of these. Like yellow in this will look cute. Yellow in the turtles. Yellow in the florals. Yep. Definitely yellow in this one. And then I think the sketchy ones would look good in this. Yep. Sketches in that. Oh, and definitely Fuji should go with the blue. Okay. Dogs, yellow. Bonsai cats, sketchy. And then the neon cats into yellow. Blue. And what about these guys? These are both a little bit more demure, so we'll do blue in these as well. Yellow. Actually, no. Blue. Yellow. 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 Blue. Blue. Yellow. Blue. Yellow. And both of these will be blue. Okay. I think that's a pretty straightforward decision, so I don't need famous last words. Okay, actually, we'll just take pictures of what is going to go in with the yellow, and then we should be fine. And we'll just write a note on it that's going to be the yellow sheet, and hopefully it's enough. If not, we've got more sheets, and we can always change our minds. Can always change our minds. Okay. Where be my phone? Where be my phone? Hi-ho the dairy-o, where be my phone? Boom, boom, boom. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And if I capture it with the yellow in the background. Girl Guides are doing that thing. What the fuck are they doing? It's like a field trip. Anyway, they're going to see they're at the Humane Society today. That's where they are. Okay, that is 13 inches. Damn, do we do... No, that's going to be small box bags. I'm going to throw it on top of the tote, but it is small box bags. The rest of them, though, are all going to be Kato. So we've got some new fabrics here as well. And I'm just making sure that we can match them up with the thrifted sheet. So I grabbed 2. What we're going to do now is we're going to actually snag a piece of poster board. Oh, God. So that I can cut a template for the pockets, because then this one's been chewed up by the cats, so we'll use this piece. Because then I can just lay it over top and we can just because even if it's rough cut, it's better than nothing. Okay, and then we've already got some lining cut, so that makes this easy as well. We just got to pair it up. In future, we won't have the multicolors because I've decided to go with one color for all bags, but that's okay. That is... Oh, that's what the gray one is supposed to go with, is that one. For some reason, I do have one that's like partially finished here. Bet you it's supposed to go somewhere else. It's all good. And there's a set of 2 pockets that actually could go with the bonsai cats, because that would be really cute. Maybe, or with those. Yeah, something. Okay. Linings. Let's get this like cleared off. I'll cut the template for the pockets, which is something I should have done before I started this process. But you know, like I said, the brain. I don't know if she's braining too much right now. It's enough. I don't think it's gonna get us in like terrible trouble with getting this shit done, but it's not exactly full steam either right now. All right. That is too small. So I need this one. What is on top of you? Oh. An old or new? Cannot tell. Okay. So doing the large version. And then the denim that just fell in the back there is actually all of the there's a bunch of mini traveler slings. Alrighty. Good. This is large enough that we can actually do the cuts out of this. And let me just, I'm pretty sure I remember the amount that we need for the pockets. But it's better in jet. If you're staring at my head, hi, it's clean. I washed my hair today because we went to the pool. Oh my God, we've all had like a stupid cranky day today. Just hoping, like I said earlier, I'm hoping it doesn't mean that anyone's sick. Although Dallas has been sick this week, so I won't be surprised if I pick something up. I'm like, I just got over being sick. We've been really lucky this year that we haven't been super sick, and I'm still like, fuck right off. We did so good not being super sick all year, and then right at the end of the year, it's just like, ugh. Well, not quite the end of the year. Damn close to the end of the year, though. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna be back in Japan right now, and at the same time, I'm very happy to be home. Mostly, I just want to be back to like blissfully unaware of real world situations. Although I wasn't even that good about it this trip, so who knows. And if you're like, why did you draw the lines if you're just going to go back with the ruler? So I don't have to think. No, just turn brain off, cut straight line. Best way to do this. Or very little brain on, just cut straight line. And then, yeah. Honestly, let's just continue that line up there. Ew, gross. Ew, what happened there? Do I already need to change my... Oh. I cut leather with this the other day. I bet you I already need to change my rotary blade. Because if that didn't even cut through one layer of paper like that, we're in trouble. No, that's question. I'm like, Monday? No, that's question. I still managed to slice myself with it the other day. I'm like, God damn it. I did get all the Cambridge done before Fibre Shindig. So if there's a Cambridge that you are eyeing up, that's the little wedge bags that we did. Wax canvas, Japanese fabric, interior. Sorry, wax canvas exterior, Japanese fabric interior. So if you're eyeballing up one, they're all still available. $175 Canadian plus shipping and tax, because they are made out of an expensive material. Sorry guys, I know the situation right now. I'm like, okay, so here's my little thing. My goods are all luxury goods. If you cannot afford fuel, I completely understand why you are not buying my products. I am never offended by that. My spending habits have had to change so much post kids. It's not even funny. But I also have to charge what I have to charge because materials aren't inexpensive, and my labor is not inexpensive, and neither should it be since it is pulling time from my kids. So that's my little soapbox. Never judging if you're like, oh my God, woman. Because that's what we got to do. Anyway, $175 plus shipping and tax if you're in Canada. I have not figured out shipping to the States yet, or decided about shipping to the States yet. I should be able to do it on a CUSMA. We should be tariff-free, or like, not tariff-free. We won't be tariff-free because it's made in Canada. But like, I should be able to ship it under CUSMA, which might mean we're tariff-free. I don't remember. See, this is what I don't even know. But it is scary when you look at like the Chit Chat's website, and it's like, yeah, if you mess up and you get caught, then you could be fined $50,000. And I'm like, I'm dithering about a sewing machine. That's like 2.5% of that price. So hang tight. I will probably get it back in here, but I just haven't done it yet. Okay, that is a bookmark template because I actually need to do more bookmarks. Shit. Cut the Japanese fabric since we know what size they need to be, or cut the iron. Oh no, I know what I was gonna do. That's right. We're gonna iron all of this when we go to do the tack down of the interfacing. That's what we were gonna do. I was going to do. Royal We, capital W. Thank you very much. By the way, if you haven't joined for the last little bit, and sorry for the sniffles. Apparently I am getting fucking sick again. God damn it. Probably like a second round, because Dallas probably caught it from us last week. And then brought it back with a slight mutation. Or brought something new home from work. Who the hell knows? I don't know anymore. Cranky. Also, like I said, that week before my period. I don't know if anyone else gets this, of the people with uteri. But especially after kids, it's like the post or the pre, like, what the fuck am I doing? Right. The, like, PMS rage is so real. And I'm like, and it's like, it's not just rage, but it's also like, God, I go through like a full week of like resentment. It's I hate it. And it takes me a bit to be like, no, you do not resent the people in your life. It's just your hormones. Yay. Just. Goddamn little fucking bastards. See what I mean? Cranky. Anyway, I do resent the fact that I was lost a week and a half to like being ill, and I am so tired. Yeah. Okay, but we have this fucking gorgeous fabric. Look at her. She's fantastic. Favorite one. Not maybe not of all time, but definitely my favorite one from this trip. You're like, yes, Katie, we know. Just get cutting the damn fabric, woman. Yeah, I know. That's what we're working on. I'm just trying to line up some layers so we don't have to do too many cuts. This needs to be ironed before I use it. Which I think it's just like we just need to trim it down. I don't think we actually have to do anything else. I think we just have to cut it in half and then trim off. Yeah, it's a 1/2 inch taller. Oh no. The Kato will just be a bit larger. Just remind me of that when I go to like, I'm cursing out the lining. No, actually, in that case, saying that out loud, I'm like, no, we'll cut the extra 1/2 inch off, so I'm not cursing it as much when I go to do the lining. All right. In probably the second runner-up position for favorite fabric. I definitely bought enough for it to be a favorite fabric. There are like, I think I only bought 2 or 3 that we actually have 3 meters of, and it was, this one has 3 meters. Oh my God, sorry, we're blowing out the camera now, hey? And then this Neon Cats has 3 meters. Because, hello, spectacular. Also, I've decided what we're going to do with the back cuts is we're going to start making gyoza bags. Because wouldn't that look amazing? It won't be that size, but what it will do is it will make the gyoza bags a consistent size. Since that's what we're already doing with a lot of the tote bag cuts that are like set aside anyway. Oh, we don't actually have that many here to do. Oh, actually, do you know what? Yeah, if that's the case. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, we have 9. But let's add I'm going to add the pink bonsai cats in here as well to make it, okay, that'll make it 10, and we should have, that'll, for the yellow stripe sheet. Okay. Oh, you are not as wide. Is that how they've kept costs down? No, because the other ones are wider. Are the other ones just wider? That's also totally possible. Ugh, I love this one. So this one is spectacular it's just a gorgeous colorway anyway. And then the other thing that's spectacular about it is it's actually a silver highlight instead of a gold highlight. Nope, that's the right width. It's just the other ones are wider. I wonder if it's just the manufacturer. Although also the selvage on this Neon Cat is actually notable. It's like a full inch. Fuck. The other one's Coca, and it's got like what I would count as a normal selvage. The top one here actually has a fairly thin one. Okay, bonsai cat on pink. I also did pull the bonsai cat on teal. So as much as if you were listening earlier, I was like, I'm only gonna do one of the colorways. Nah, no, I broke my own rules. But I make the rules, and breaking them doesn't hurt anyone, so who cares? Just remind me that I said that when I'm at the end of the week panicking. No, I won't panic. This is probably also the cut that will happen for Peace Fibre Festival, because I don't foresee myself having time really to cut more for Peace. Well, that's a lie. If you're delusional enough, there's always time, right? Although I do think we should go in and focus in on getting some travel. Well, we'll see how these sell. There we go. There's the caveat. We'll see how these do. I know Caroline has been saying that she also needs a restock, so it's like, oh God. I did message her today. I'm like, I have not forgot that you need a restock. However, was the tone of that message. So, sorry, Caroline. You're like, what the hell are you doing where you're like massaging the fabric? I'm trying to get out like the little lumpity bumps so that we got a good solid cut. Okay, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably enough for this rotary blade or rotary cutter because it's already questionable. These ones are slightly too far out anyway, so let's zoop-a-doop them up a bit. one of the things I have done actually over the last couple of weeks is I played Kingdom Hearts 1 with the kids. Final mix. They were so invested in the story. It was amazing. Still waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4. Feel like we're probably going to hit another, like, one of those ones where it's like, you're going to have to wait 14 fucking years. Dawson and I were actually just discussing this last night because one of his friends is always like, yeah, but Red Dead Redemption was a decade. And I'm like, thinking about it, I'm like, when I played Kingdom Hearts 2, I barely had a driver's license. And by the time that we played Kingdom Hearts 3, we were actively trying to conceive a child. Like, I had graduated high school, got a license, graduated high school, did my exchange in university, graduated university, and started the small business, got married. We're trying to, like, conceive. And, like, I get that you could do that in a decade, too, but it was, like, a 14-year gap. I'm like, no, you have nothing to complain about. 10 years is nothing. Like, we went through 2 console generations, which I kind of have a feeling is what's going to happen with Kingdom Hearts 4, is we're going to end up on, like, PlayStation 6 if they develop it. All right, I think the last cut of this Turtles is going to go for a, I think that should become a bag, like a interior. An interior and some minis. Anyway, the kids really enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it. I played it on easy mode, so it was like nice and just chill for me. I wasn't like trying to like, yeah. I didn't completionist anything. I did completionist the Dalmatians. We got all of the puppies because I was like, yeah, that's the one thing that I did do yesterday. I think we've got like 16 Trinities and stuff like that left. I'm just like, meh. It's just, I'm just ready to finish the game at this point. Plus, I knew that it's like, I wanted to finish the game before we got into full show prep season. And now we're in full, like, I should have been in full show prep season before this. I understand that. I was not. Mentally, I still am not. Yeah, so it's just like, and then, yeah, the youngest is like, I want to play your game. And I'm like, we will play my game when I'm able to breathe again in, like, December. Actually, we've got some gaps in the schedule right now. So we didn't get into vibrations, which is fine. And so it's like, we have Crazy April, which, we're right in the thick of. And then we have Otafest. And then we have June off from shows. It doesn't mean that I don't like it. That's when we should be going full steam ahead with shop updates and sewing in general. And then in July we'll have the Stampede Pancake Breakfast with Ancient Arts and Omatsuri. And then we'll have August off, and then we'll have Knit City, and then we'll have October off. And then we have Art Market in November. So actually, I think this is actually a better schedule for in general this year. The one kink that might be thrown in there is we're transitioning our eldest to homeschooling. So it'll be good. I honestly think once both kids are homeschooled, it will change our schedule, but at the same time, it's going to free up. It's going to free us up in different ways that I think will be good. And they're getting old enough they can start like actually helping and things like that. So I think we'll see. Okay. Anyway. So there's those fabrics partially cut. What we'll do is we're going to do the cuts off of the meterages and then, cuts off the meterages, and then we'll do, I'm actually short comic book boards because this one and the cats were not actually on comic book boards because they were too much with the 3 meter cuts. So We'll just fold this one up. That's actually probably better than the comic book boards in this case for that specific setup. Okay, and then yeah, these all need to be cut down in some fashion. These need to be cut in half and have their drawstrings cut. So we'll do that once we get everything else trimmed. Yeah. Also, we need to go in and I need to do a bunch of like straps because we're out of a bunch of colors actually. Well, not a bunch of colors, but we're out of some colors. This one did get some transit damage, but I think it's only on one. Yeah, it's only on one side. So what we're going to do then is we're going to cut it like we're going to use it for. Okay, we're going to cut the other end. I'm like, I could cut it. Ooh. Yeah, it got a little, it got like, I don't even know what it is. And it didn't wash out. So I'm going to assume it probably is like some sort of grease or something like that. So at this point it's set in. I did stain treat it. So that it wasn't like a normal stain. Okay, it's on this end. So we'll be able to use a lot of the fabric anyway, but it's just like cutting it from one direction is going to help us just make it easier on all of us. I don't know why I thought I had more colors of this, but I really did think I had more colors of it. It's like such a good one too, because I love this cat and this cat and that cat and this one. I love all the calicos on it. Okay. Caffeination. Hello, Wendy. We're cutting the Kato bags because I am down to a grand total, terrifyingly, of 5. And like they're good, but they won't sell because there's not enough selection. Those 5 will sell when we have these ones in. But right? Like, that's the issue right now. And we have enough small box bags and stuff like that. So we're working on Kato. Also the most popular product. Like, they and I can't remember the stats last year, but like both small box bags and Kato were well over 100 sold last year. So there's not a lot of that dog fabric, damn. Not a lot of dog fabric, but a Kato will sell. Yep. It'll sell. Okay. Plus, it's always like I end up with so much extra fabric. Anyway, we're good. Okay. We'll make sure that we're counting down here. I know, right? Seriously. We've got Hanami this weekend, too. Might actually go crazy this month. I don't know. Okay, good. I'm just like, and I'm pretty sure I have Dallas's cold now, because you know, youngest had a cold or something. I suspect we had something worse than a cold. I can't tell if it was just nasty, which is totally possible, or if we actually ended up with something like COVID. And given the symptoms we had, I'm just like, whoa, it was some sort of upper respiratory disease. Except that then he, like, the youngest got vomiting and stuff like that. So I'm like, is that just because you have, like, a sour tummy or, like, normal? Or is this, like, something because it's worse? And we were all, like, both of us were exhausted. And then Dallas came home and I'm pretty sure I got his sniffles. I'm like, I don't have time to be sick. I also need to be running because I haven't been running for, like, a couple weeks now. And I am still supposed to be running Calgary half. I'm not going to be fat. Like, I'm not going to see any improvements this year. I kind of already knew that. But it's like, I just don't want to, like, I want to be super sore after that run. That's the main issue I'm having with not training right now. Okay. Well, yeah, so it was like too long almost from when we were traveling. But what I do think happened is that, okay, those just need to be cut down. Because we were really dragged out from jet lag. What I'm wondering is, it's like, so we were fine on the plane, and then we picked up something from school because we were so dragged out from jet lag still. So yes and no. Because it was like too long after the. Yeah, it took like 3 weeks for the youngest to get sick. So I don't think it's airport germs. The chance is not 0. But whatever Dallas has, unless he had it and then like, or he caught what we had and then like mutated it slightly and gave it back to me. Oh, because this is nowhere near as bad as whatever the youngest and I had. Thank God. Just tired. Which I think is also because we went up on the Ozempic dose a month ago now, which it's been really good for the glycemic control. As much as I'm saying that I'm PMSing, I'm not like stuffing my face with food, and my sugars, like the glycemic control, which I've noticed in the past, it's like this week before my period, it's just been like, hey, what glycemic control? Blech, sugar. Like super insulin resistant, I think is what happens, because everything's hormones. That hasn't gotten bad this week yet, so I'm like, okay. But I'm tired. I'm just so exhausted. I can't do anything else. It's like, what am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to see my doctor this week, and I didn't go do my A1C either, so I'm going to call and be like, I need to go next week and do my A1C this week, so, which is fine. 1 week is not going to make a big difference on this dose. All right, we're doing both of the Fuji colorways. I know I said, if you're listening earlier, I said that I was not doing more than one colorway. I lied, apparently, even to myself. Oh well. The little lies don't hurt until the end of the week when I'm panic sewing. Panic sewing. Anyway, well, no, actually. Yeah, this is, I'm like so tempted to cut more Kato, because realistically, I don't think I have time to cut more for piece. So I'm like, I'm really tempted to cut like 50. But I know well, okay, so here's the conundrum. I don't have more cutting time. This is it, right? This will be the day I cut, the majority at least. We can cut pockets and stuff tomorrow, that's fine. That's probably what's going to happen tomorrow now. And I was like, I only got 3 meters of the neon cats. And that like Alice one, but no, we got 3 meters of all the Seigai koi as well, because hello gorgeous. Anyway, no, we're gonna go in and we're gonna select 25 more fabrics, new fabrics. I am not going back in the bin, because I did pull some fabrics from the bin, because I was like, we got that big bin of Kato fabrics, we should probably get some of them processed. I'm behaving myself like a responsible small business owner, I guess. Anyway, let's go in and we'll choose 25 more, because then we can cut at least all the exteriors. Because here's the thing, if they're not cut, we don't get them sewn. Because then I can, oh wait, how many layers do I have here? 1, 2. Welcome to the chaos. It's PMS brain, show brain, exhaustion. Anyway, let's choose 25 more fabrics. Holy fuck, Katie. And we will cut the exteriors. We will not interface them, because that's what takes all the time, right? That's what eats the time. I can interface them on Sunday and Monday after Hanami. But if we cut them, And hell, we probably could even cut the pockets and the interiors for them. But it is the interfacing that takes them, like, that eats the time you don't expect. So we'll choose 25 more. Because I feel like we can sew 25. Can we sew 25? I don't know. I've never actually tried. I know we can sew 100 small box bags if I do nothing, shit all else in the week. Oh my God, the screen went haywire on the Shiba. Oh no. Okay. Shit. Are you... Okay. If it doesn't behave, if I fold it back the other way, then we're going to punt it. Are you going to behave enough? If you behave enough, then we'll cut you. Yes. Maybe. Nope. Okay. There we go. Deal with it later. Actually, those are all fairly thick fabrics, so let's do the cut now with the thinner fabrics. And then, yeah, and then we'll go select some more. And then what we're doing for pockets is I am actually using the thrifted sheets that I found over the last little bit, because I was really thinking about it, and I'm like, I don't really want to, like, the sheets are cool, but there also will be a massive pain in the ass to cut, like, the smaller things out of. So we're going to use them for the big items, like Kato pockets and stuff like that is what I was thinking. Sorry, Wendy, I will respond in a second. My laptop is just, it's like over with the sewing table, like the sewing machine and that. Right? Yeah, I think, yeah, more cutting the better. I know, no, they don't get sewn. They just go into the pile for freaking chaos. Because they did do really good at Otafest too. Otafest, though, I want to focus in on those Dundurn totes. Oh, I found a way to, did I tell you about this? I think I did. I feel like I did, because this was the experiment time that we briefly had before I got super sick. Or just sick exhaustion. Was that we're going to be able to Scotch guard. Yes, I did tell you, because I showed you the examples, that we'll be able to Scotch guard the obi. So that is something that I want to do this week as well, is I want to get the ones that we cut before Japan Scotch guarded, so that then I can sew them for piece fiber for next week. So those, and then that'll be one of the priorities to cut for not piece, because no, but I want to focus in on them for that other one, Otafest. And then we're going to focus in on traveler slings, Dundurn totes, some more belt bags, because I think they were more popular with that little bit younger audience. And by younger, I mean like 10 years younger than me, maybe. Although my belt bag, oh my God, she did so good in Japan. Ugh. The only thing personally, and this is only, I think, because we also traveled for a month, so I was wearing it every damn day. I did find it tiring personally to only carry it on one shoulder. Now, for someone who, like, so typically I do move my crossbody bags back and forth depending on the day, like reducing hopefully repetitive stress injuries, etc. But like outside of that, like it held the 4 passports, it held my sunglasses case, which is what I actually needed it for, because I was like, I want a mini traveler sling, and then I was like, oh, I've got the giant glasses case, that's not going to work. So I was like, belt bag, just because it's more 3D. I think the glasses case would work in a mini, but whatever, the belt bag worked. And it was cute. So yeah, so it worked really well. And it's like, doesn't, like, it looks like I've used it, but like that it just came off the sewing machine sort of thing mostly. And what I mean by it looks like I've used it is that the leather has patinaed a little bit on the actual like tag. So, oh no, the horrors. Okay. Actually, if we're choosing more fabrics, do you want to move into the fabric room with me and ogle the shelves with me? Because that's kind of the point, is then you can ogle the shelves with me and I can just pull out. Ow, that hurt. Ugh. My press-ons started to fall off, but they actually broke my actual like keratin nail on the like index finger, of course. But they held up really good. I trimmed down the thumbnails because they're lifting, and I was like, I don't need like 3 sore fingernails. But they went through setup. They went through the sewing last week. They did really good, and they were $2 from Daiso. I'm like, you're doing better than some of the freaking like North American ones I've spent far more on. That's okay. We're putting them through the paces. I think you guys totally should come into the room though. Of course, to the ogling. Okay, cool. We'll finish off these last 3 cuts, and then I will actually be responsible, and we'll return that pile to that room. My God, the novelty of it. Wait, if I open that up correctly, can I just do that? Why have I never thought of that? God damn it, Katie. Ah, well, whatever. That gas would have made Dallas made him be like, oh my God, what's wrong? It's like, nothing, just. Ooh, so we got, we started the, I have like the curl gel in my hair, and it's like, because I air dry it, it's going crunchy. Sorry. It feels gross right now. Anyway, the tent came in, and I did a dry run of the upgrades to the tent. Oh, that's a good reminder. I need to order the stuff for it. Looks really good. And like I know realistically, the setup isn't really going to make me sales, obviously, right? But my setup is also looking shabby. And I think this will just help. It's going to help at things where it's like you blend in otherwise. So I'll show a picture in a second. When we'll cut these, and then I'll show a picture of kind of what's happening. But it's a white tent frame. And then it's we've got, so I've had wisteria vines for the past year, just to kind of drape more casually on like tabletop display and stuff like that. But we're going to zip tie that up to the thing. The big thing that I've been noticing that I needed more distribution of light. Basically, I had like dead light spaces in the middle of my booth. So what this tent frame allows me to do is I can actually do, I'm going to do patio lights, and they're USB. So if I don't have power, I can plug them into a power bank. And then if I have power, I can clamp a bunch of the little IKEA lamps onto it. And they take up way less room in my like transportation devices, and actually provide probably just as good or better light than what I have right now. I actually have one here right now, which is what's doing a little bit of it. And I also picked up some, I actually had a version of the IKEA lanterns for our wedding. I sold them years ago, so I had to rebuy them basically. But these ones are better because they've actually got like a little sakura floral print sort of thing on them. So I'm super excited about those. I realized after I bought them from the person on Facebook Marketplace that they charged me full price. But I was like, honestly, they're brand new. So you save me the hassle of having to go out to IKEA for a little bit. I do need 2 more. For the 20-foot booth, I need 2 more lamps for 2 more clamp lamps from IKEA. And then we're going to soft launch it at Peace. And then we're going to refine it for Knit City. And also for the art market, obviously, and stuff like that, too. So, actually, Dallas is home for art market, so that's good. He can actually help me set that one up. I don't know if that one's going to be 10 or 15 feet, though, so we'll figure that out. Lady flat, please. Yes, better. Okay. Better enough, whatever. We can make it work from here. I don't know why I just checked my quilt ruler. I just realized that was an extremely bad idea. But all right, here we are. It survived. We're not crying yet. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, okay, because yeah, never mind. We're good. We're on the right line. Whee! Yeah! All right. Then we'll be a responsible person and we'll actually put the fabric away. Me. Me. Ugh. These itty bitty kitties might be the death of me. No, they won't actually be, but they might kill me with cuteness. So, what are they saying? I'm growing with you. Mew mew. Zzz, of course, because they're snoozing. And it's like, and then there's one that's like delicious, mouth watering. They've got like a mouse. And there's a bunch of them that are like wearing glasses, and then there's totally, actually, yeah, the one that reminds me of Flynn is wearing glasses too. I'll fold it up and then I'll show you because, oh my God. Worth actually looking at the details here for a moment. This guy. Oh yeah, that looks like Flynn, and then he's wearing little glasses. I don't know if that's going to come across. Oh my God, it actually did focus really well. There's Flynn with his little glasses. And then there's a little crouchy one here. I like that one, and then I really like this one too. And then there's like this little Persian, and a little Siamese, and Hachiware, tuxedo cat, calico. This one reminds me of a Bengal. Just with the spotting. I want more cats. I've been highly considering getting an actual kitten here. Dallas is like, would you get a Ouija or would we get like adopt? And I'm like, I would adopt because I want to go like meet the kitten. Flynn, I think he would do really well having a kitten in the house because he's right at the right age and he's settled, but he's young enough. And honestly, I think it might help with Dahlia too a little bit. Okay, she's going to be a bitch no matter what, but she's going to let her emotions rule her because she's a cat. But I'm like, you haven't killed Flynn yet, and maybe a kitten wouldn't be the worst thing. Also, I think it would be good for the kids. So I am the one holding it up. I think Dallas would be on board if I were to actually do it. But I'm also like, we are also at a good place where I don't need to worry about my work. The cats don't come down and like chew thread or eat it or like completely destroy the fabric. And I'm like, that is actually my hesitation point right now. So it's like, adding another variable in right now might not be a good idea. And at the same time, I'm also like, as soon as I think about it, I'm like, one of my critter factions does something, and I'm like, maybe not. So, don't be surprised if a kitten does show up over the summer, though, I guess is what I'm saying. I miss the 3-cat dynamic. But Flynn has been really cuddly recently, and now I'm like, are you feeling okay? Have you just come into like your social maturity or something? Or are you sick? You are not a snuggler. You're too big to be a snuggler. I 100% enjoy it. He was actually laying on my arm while I was playing Kingdom Hearts last night, and I was like, fuck yeah. He wasn't impeding my gameplay or anything like that, so it was perfect. But yeah, it was really nice. And I'm like, maybe we don't need to worry about it too much. And he does tolerate the children. Okay. It is an absolute disaster in here, so just no judging. One is not an absolute disaster in any of my spaces, but like, I actually have to go make room for the laptop disaster. One moment. You just get to hear me mutter grumble back here while I do this. Mutter grumble. Those are all test scraps for the Scotch Guard. Oh, we didn't fold up the Sheba again. I'm going to actually leave that out and we'll work with it in a little bit. Oh, I see some that we definitely need to do. Okay. Hell yeah. Okay, so the sheets need to go up, come out. They need to air a little bit more, so I'm going to pop them in the back here. There is a good floral design in here. That would probably be the best one for some of this. Obi really just should go on the shelf. Get onto the shelf, please. Get onto the shelf, please. Thank you. That's a kimono shelf, but oh well. There are chairs in the way. Chairs in the way. Fully in our way. And that one's in the way too. Okay. Fixed. These are all shirt backs. I actually have to go in and sort these. Get in there. Stay in there though. You're not gonna stay. Oh well. If fabric falls out, it's totally the shirt backs. Oh well. I also did not repack my booth. So I thought that, okay, the plan yesterday was that I was going to like do a full dry setup of the booth, or general booth setup and everything like that. However, the traveling, I'm also going to move the, actually no, we're gonna swirl the candle and then we're gonna blow it out. Because I don't want it to well, but I also don't want the cats knocking it over. Blah, 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 nonsense. What's the blah, 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 nonsense? I don't remember anymore. I'm going to go to BRB, but I'll keep talking. Brains are gone. Eaten by the children. Right? I can totally blame it on them, right? Even at 5 and 6? Almost 5 and 6. When the hell does this happen? I was still pregnant at this point. And we were like in full COVID restrictions right now. Oh my god, we actually, that is something that we did do, is we took them out to their first movie the other day. Went and saw Super Mario Brothers Galaxy. Which, okay. I was not overly impressed by Super Mario Bros., the original one. It wasn't bad, but I think if it was of the era where they're like, oh my god, Guardians was such a success, we need to copy it, is what it boiled down to. And so it was just kind of like, ugh. I get it, but like, no. Dallas thinks that it had more plot than Galaxy. But I'm like, for entertainment value, I actually like the second one better. So, maybe not. Maybe it wasn't better. I don't know. But for entertainment value, I was much happier. All right, you are in the room. You are, I'm going to try to not make anyone motion sick by like, i.e. I have to put the big camera on the desk here. One moment. And if I'm smart, I will test it. I probably won't be smart. I'll probably just turn you on and be like, haha, you got to deal with me moving you afterwards. After I just said that I won't make you motion sick. Sorry, y'all. I'm not Texan. I am Albertan. Dallas actually was like, why do you say y'all? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a gender neutral, like, everyone term. Actually, what I should start doing is just calling you Mina. Because that is actually Japanese for everyone. Although that feels weird to slip in. It is hilarious, though, because that's totally what the Japanese Canadian women that I know do. I was at, where were we? It was the Stampede breakfast at Caroline's in July. And one of the women was like talking, she has one of the mini travelers. And she's added like a key ring onto the top, which I need to hack and do. It looked really good. And then she was like, so Benry. Fully this conversation was in English, and then she just slipped Benry in. When Benry is convenient, and I'm like, love how that just like slips into the conversation. She's like, you picked that up? And I'm like, yes. Because I am bilingual, but I am not that bilingual. All right, let's see if this works right here. Do we want to ogle with the big camera, or do we want to ogle with the face cam? I know there's fabric on the floor already because it fell off the desk. I feel like it's probably going to be better Yeah, we'll all go from there. But what I am going to do is I'm going to drop you. If I turned you a bit, you could actually all go from the... Hey, there we go. Yeah, fuck it. I like that better. Hi. I'm going to turn you... Oh, God, which way do you go? You go that way. Okay. You're missing a little bit, but not... yeah, not much. Okay, cool. So I figured what? We need another... If I want to do 50, we need another, like, 25-ish. So actually, we're not going to put the fabric back. So I'm going to put this fabric onto the chair over here. Instead of putting it back right away, just so we're not having to, like, do quite a... It'll be easier to... Okay. Word vomit. It'll be easier to put these ones back once we've actually selected off of here, and we won't have to pull... It's easier to pull the other ones without those on the shelves. Because as you notice, so this is what I was talking about. These are stacked right now. They do need to go up on their edge. Because as soon as you try to pull anything that isn't on the top, everything falls to the back. Which is still an argument to get a set of billy cases instead of the calyx. If you are setting up a fabric room, I personally at this point would vote mostly for the billies for this sort of setup. It does work extremely well for me, the calyx do, for like the obi because they fit nicely, and for the denim. But otherwise I'm like, meh. If I had $1 million, I would do billies. What is that? It's like if I won the lottery, there would be sign. I wouldn't like flaunt it, but there would be signs, sort of thing. Yeah, pretty much. I would have a bunch of billy soaps bookcases. All right, I am bringing in the caffeinated beverage because brains, and the crunchity snacks because brains. All right. Okay, so some of the ones that I was dithering about were actually the mushrooms. So let's pull the mushrooms because I think we should do all of the mushrooms. And actually all the citrus too. That's down here. Okay, yeah, this just helps me not like pull the dither ones. Okay. Oranges. Limes. Lemony limes. Need to go in. Whatever the fuck we want to call this. Navy on, and it looks like coffee beans in the back. I don't know. Mushrooms, which still smell funky. There's something about this one with the dyes that makes them smell weird. Anyway, they're cute though. Mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. These are not going to come up color correct, guys. There's just no way. Actually, that's probably, at least on my end, this is the closest one. Okay. And so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 right there. If there was anything that you guys saw in the previews that you're like, fuck yeah, I need this. Oh, I do have another one of it. We do need that. Okay. Yeah. If you saw anything in the previews that you're like, I need to have that, or I need to see that made into something, let me know, because otherwise I'm just going to pull what I think is going to work, and sometimes that's not how it goes. We should do another bag from the dragonflies. I know it's not a new fabric, but again, if we're going to... Oh, wait. There's not enough of it. Okay, never mind. Never mind. Actually, that's a good one to experiment. I want to do singleton passport folders, and I realized that I should just hack the one that I have personally, because honestly, it's a really good design. And the other portion of that is that they no longer exist, so it's not like right, like we're not going to have any overlap in market at all. Okay, so in other words, let's do the panda onigiri as well. Apparently, this is all going to be like food ones. Okay. Weird. That was just a weird noise, and I'm like, Is it a weird noise I need to be concerned about, or is it someone else's weird noise that they need to be concerned about? I think it was someone else's weird noise that they need to be concerned about. I don't know, not my problem anymore. Okay, just this whole shelf. Ugh. Hedgies? Should we do hedgies? I know it's not new fabric again, but should we do hedgies? We've got the dusty, we've got olive, and we've got gold. Again, guys, weigh in the chat. I'm more than happy to take the recommendations. Unless you guys are and Streamlabs has like been like, no. Oh, no, we're good. Okay. But anyway, this shelf. Pandas, again, blue. Oh, right. This camera, not that camera. Sheep. 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 How many sheep do we have? They're all so different. Actually, that one is a good one because it's like a very different colorway. And then I think foxes, or should we hold on? Actually, no, we'll hold off on the foxes till the fall. I don't know why, but foxes feel like a fall thing. Foxes are a year-round thing, Katie. What the fuck are you talking about? Foxes. Okay. The problem that this is running into is I don't have a lot of the signature cat fabrics. Because we've barely touched them. Although, actually, I was about to say that I don't have as many cat fabrics as normal, but that's a lie. We should do the donut cats. Donut cats. Donut cats. Meow, 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 donut cats. I don't know why that's their theme song, but alright. I'm kind of here for it. Oh yeah, and then we should do the Nadeshiko. Donut cats on blue. Donut cats on pink. I don't know how many we have here. That's okay. Oh, never mind. What am I doing? All of these because I also want to cut and make some minis out of these for Otafest. Again, hitting those masculine prints a little bit more. It doesn't look like it, but this is actually green. So we got red, like a red, a black, a white, and a green with like sand color. Okay. We could do the other colorways of that fabric that I really like. Oh yeah, we want these guys. Okay, 1 second. Actually, do we want to do some of the, what do we think about the neon mellow friends? This feels like it should become some bloody blahs. Holy fuck. Belt bags. So I think maybe, do we do Kato? God, that feels like a belt bag fabric though. Reserved. I don't know. But belt bag for sure. Okay. Cap red. We've already got Segai Ha, but we could do a Segai Ha black. Oh, yes to the mellow friends. Okay. So then the colorway, we'll choose the colorway. I don't know about that one specifically, or if we should maybe do like the pink ones. Segai Ha. Okay, then we'll ditch the Segai Ha for now because I'm like, maybe, maybe not. I think we should do this like super cute cats and florals with fruit again. I've actually got pink and I've got blue of it, but the pink is brighter. And looking at the pile, we need some brights. Let's do, did I do? Oh, right. No, I'm crazy. I'm like, I'm sure there's a blue version of this, but there is not. I'm 100% sure there was a blue version of it in Japan, but for some reason I blanked on it or it got missed. We're not actually going to do that. We are going to do the gray one though. Because, hi. Fuck yes to this one. I know, I was like, we need more brights. And then I pull out like the dull gray one. Oh. Okay, so brights, yes. So that means that we should probably pull out the other neons. The fuck are they? That one's got like a gray background though, so let's not do that one. Okay, I think I want to do the blue and I want to do this one. Right? Yeah, I know. It's also like what's going to sell though, and I know for sure like stuff like this will sell perennially, so it's reserved to do this. I don't know if we should do Kato out of this or if we should just do belt bags, but yeah, fuck it, whatever. Do both, Katie. Why am I questioning it? Actually, in that case, then let's pull one of the old... come here. This guy. Because it's super bright and super cute, and I still love this print. That's that one with the, like, cat frappuccinos. Creams are elegance, and yes to the yeah, I know the hedgehogs. Fine, we'll do the hedgehogs. Okay, and then that brings up. Yeah, the grays are elegant too, aren't they? So that's part of it. Okay, I think we should pull some of the florals that are down here then too. Because yes, again. Oh. Oh, birds. Birds. Okay, I have to see if I got those freaking. I swear up and down. And yes, I am down on the floor. Don't judge me. I swear I had the like punk onigiri birds. Oh, I'm so mad. Where did it go? Because I do not see it here. I am going to pull out the little chubbies. These guys. Those will definitely go over well. Did I put them into food then? We got donuts, but I love the print, but I don't feel like working with donut fabric right now. We could do those lantern fabrics, actually. That would look really good. Again, trying to get some of that. Ooh, this one. What am I talking about? The cat's whiskers one. Okay. Again, an older print, but whatever. It's really good. And I'll break up some of the colors we've got in here. Nice and elegant. I know the birds are ridiculously adorable. Right? Oh, the Nadeshiko was the other one that I was thinking about. Because it has 3 different colorways. And one of them is fairly bright. Actually, a couple of them. The purple's really bright. Aqua. And then navy background, but navy is popular. So perennial. And the florals on that are super poppy. Yeah, I'm really looking at the colorways that we ended up with, and I'm like, there are some bright fabrics, but honestly, I apparently went very muted this trip. Which is unusual for me. Says the woman walking around with like pink hair. Okay. I feel like we have enough. Is there ever enough? There's never enough. I feel like we have what I came in here to get. I'm just like, is there anything else? Like, should we do the rest of the koi fabrics? Well, if I'm asking you, like, I'm not the one who's going to like actually make the decision or have to do the sewing, but you know, koi, which is really hard to see. Okay, the Seigai has gray and white, and then they're like pink and yellow. Oh, fuck it, yes. Koi. Come on, Katie. What the hell are you asking for? Of course you're going to do it. Okay, that is one place where it actually does make sense for them to lay on their side. A lot of the florals I did... Oh, shit. I should be doing the florals for Hanami. What I was about to say is a lot of the florals I did end up buying for like linings for the bags more than like exteriors to the bags, right? That doesn't mean that they can't be used for that, but okay. All right. Quick fire round on the Japanese stuff. Lanterns? Lanterns white? Probably. Fuji. I'm not doing chibi Fuji. I think I'm going to stick with the more like adult ones. Or should we do chibi Fuji? I'm overcommitting. Damn it. I always do this. Oh well. Overcommittal. We'll still be sewing these next year, probably. Okay, there are a few that we don't actually have even from the old fabric. Why I sound like that, I don't know, guys. Kind of wanted to do the caper cats and those cats that have like the sunglasses on. The moon cat. I'm like, wait a minute. Moon cat, black cat on moons, which is an old fabric, but whatever, we've barely made anything out of it. And then the caper cats. Okay. All right. See the cats that look like people on pink, cats that look like people on blue, and like they're so grouchy. We totally need grouchy cats on bright fabrics right now because that's spirit animal. Hashtag relatable. And then these little caper cats. This is the one that I used for the experimental that thing, cross stitch case. Okay, this is a tall enough pile. We're doing a pair down. That's what I was like, okay, we're gonna grab a few more things and then we're gonna do the pair down because I do have too many. Just making sure. We're double check. Oh, I do want this guy. Okay. You go over here and we want you in your fall fabric. Dither, dither, dither. The realistic choice is just pull all of it and cut what I want. But my inner voice is definitely saying, hell no, that will actually stress you out too much. Okay, I think we're good. There's a couple I see here that would be good for like belt bags and stuff like that, but I don't want to pull a lot of that out because that's what we're going to focus on for Otafest. Belt bags and like minis and Dundurn totes. So like we're kind of shifting gears on what we're producing for that show. So this is just Kato cuts. Okay. Sorry, that was probably extremely loud. Ah! All right. Hedgies for sure. Hedgies. I think there's enough. Yes, and then I think the remainder of these, if there's any leftover afterwards, becomes lining for purses. Because how adorable would this be as like a lining for a, you know, like a Cambridge or something. Yeah, it looks like there's enough of all three. And again, like I said, I know muted tones, but hedgies are always popular. Caper cats. Problem is it's such a small motif, right? So like these guys are like about the size of my finger. Okay, hesitating. No. There, that's how we're deciding. I hesitated. No. Yes to people, cats, both colorways. Yes to black cat on moons. Yes to this Fuji one, but no to this Fuji one. This we will set aside and we'll cut for Otafest, which is where the chibi Fuji are going to go. Yes to both the lanterns. That noise is happening again. Sorry, let me just make sure it's not my furnace or something dumb. Like really dumb, right? No, it's not. Okay, something external. Sounds different from any dishwasher I've ever had. Okay, both the koi. Okay, so we've got 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, good. We're going to do all the Nadeshiko. 14. We're well over halfway to what I wanted. Well, that's okay. Don't panic. 15. 16 for the gray cats. Because, like, look at this guy. Okay, and now we're getting into some of the brights. We're going to do the birds. 17. And that was upside down, don't worry. You're not seeing it wrong. We're going to do this bright one, which I think it's a fat quarter. Are you a fat quarter? Yes. Okay, good. We're going to do the Mellow Friends, because they're nice and bright. I'm not doing all the colorways of these guys. Yeah, these ones smell weird too, though. It's the same as the mushrooms. Oh, right, the mushrooms are bright. What am I talking about? I don't have any brights. Yes to the fruit cats? No, I hesitated on it. No, there's the rule. No hesitation. No hesitation. Donuts. Donuts. I don't know why fruit cats didn't make the cut this time. Shh. Fruit cats will come back next. Actually, we're going to pull fruit cats and they're going to become belt bags. For sure. We'll start the belt bag pile. There we go. Foxes? No, I already hesitated about foxes. So, new. Foxes go back. Although if we're adding in bright florals, this should be... Damn it, I don't know about that one. Okay, we do need to shuffle some of the cat fabric that was up here because I moved it for convenience. You go back in there for now. You go up there for now. Okay. I like the colorway, but we're going to ditch the aqua sheep. Because, yeah, the yellow and the blue is way brighter. And gold, aqua, woo, aqua. With like gold highlights, which are super cool. And black, because lots of people like black. Or at least they like black in their accessories. And another room. Oh no, that's a lie. If I put more on that pile, it's going to fall over. I lost track too. If anyone's keeping count, please let me know. We're probably around 20? 20 seems all right. Mushrooms. These are all neon, so they're not going to read correctly on the camera. Onigiri pandas. It literally says onigiri panda. I did not see that before. It's really hard to read on the blue, actually. It's easier to read on the pink. It's a really soft fabric. Kato, and then we're going to keep them for belt bags. More mushrooms. Actually, the mushrooms need... Sorry. Mushrooms need to be belt bags. Mushrooms need to be belt bags too. All the mushrooms. Definitely for the citrus, I don't know what it is, but like fruit prints are typically super popular, so let's focus in on them. And then we're going to bring out the family crest fabrics. Zero hesitation, hey? Fuck me. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 28, 30, 32, 31, 32, 33, 36, looks like 37. That might be a few more than I was planning, but it's okay, mate. The Lulu is the Salulu. I don't know. I don't know right now. I'm actually kind of worried about sales this year because, like I said, oh God, everything's falling over. We're luxury goods. I can't fault anyone for not buying stuff right now. But I'm also like, who knew? Although granted, I've only been to 2 sales this year so far. So that's also like part of it. So let's just pretend everything is okay for now. I guess we also need to like decide on some pocket fabrics. Okay, don't worry. You're just gonna be last. I'm sorry. I do not mean to abandon you, but I kind of mean to abandon you. Not forever, just temporarily. And you can hear me mutter grumble as I go out. Because I'm assuming that the microphone stays connected. So I'm pretty sure you guys stay connected all the way up to the, what, like second floor? First floor? Definitely when I go out for coffee, right? Okay, actually, that's a good point, is... If those are going to be belt bags and minis, are there any? Yes, we definitely want some of these fabrics that I've already cut for that as well. So like, we're going to put this back into the faces. This is a little bit too large of a motif for it, so that's going to go back on the shelf. Blah, 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 blah. You're like, yeah, whatever, Katie. I think bonsai cats should also become minis and belts. Bags here coming up. And we're going to do the same with both the Fuji prints and the itty bitty kitties. Circle cats is not going to become that right now. Should the koi? No, I feel like that's like a headache inducing print. But the teal bonsai cats, and actually let's do it with the these little like Frenchies will make a really cute belt bag too. Okay, so that's that pile there. This is the pile to put away now. Sweet. Look at us being all responsible. My God. Fabrics are even getting put away. Now, will the next batch? Maybe. Maybe not. Only time will tell. Oh, that's thread. I'm like, what is it? Looked like I had like cookie crumbs beside that pile of fabric. I'm like, what is this? No, it's just a thread pile. Kitty cat fabrics away. Oh, you can go up there. And you go there because you don't have a comic book board in you. Sweet. We could also do the sassy tea cat. No, we have enough. We have enough. We're done. All right, we're moving. BRB. I'm not going to mute you. Actually, I'm going to mute you because I'm going to have some crunchies. One moment. Okay, crunchies are done. I'm just getting the camera repositioned. I'm actually going to put it on the desk that's usually beside the sewing. Well, Usually, like, I'm moving it constantly. That is beside the sewing machine, because I think you actually have a better angle from here. Whee! Well, let's find out if that's how it worked. Hell yeah. All right, there we go. Also a shot right up my stairs that are super messy, but you know what? Whatever. We're in show season, babies. All right. We're plugged in, but we're not very bright. That's better. Okay. We'll have to do a shaka for the cats before I leave the basement. I love how I'm like, I'm back, and then I disappear instantly. I need my drink. I did finish, like I said, all I did was finish my crunchies rather than eating them on the mic. Because I have personal hang-ups about that, so we're not going to do it. Actually, what is it? Monday? Monday. So Flynn doesn't need his meds till tomorrow. Okay. Good. If you're in Canada, I purchased, these guys are really good. They're out of Winnipeg. They're called Coal and Canary. And they're all glass containers that are the same size as a highball glass. So, you know, if you also drink, there you go. You're welcome. Also, they're Canadian. And they're not overly scented, and they've got really nice, like, burning wood wicks. Okay. I think, yeah, Dallas and the kids are definitely back. So I think we are going to just get through this. Brain just went like, all right. Sorry, I'm like, where am I starting? We are going to start with the ones that are the smaller cuts, or the smaller lengths. These are all 1 meter cuts. I think this is damn close to a meter cut. Okay. And then we're going to, oh, also, I forgot about this sheet. But look at this for pockets for the hedgie bags. They're little hedgehogs. So I hope there's enough for 3. I feel like there will be. And I'm like, hell yes. It's like too perfect. Okay. Where is the best place? Actually, yeah, the best place to stack the extra fabrics is, unfortunately, beside the candle. So let's move the candle. That's the solution. Okay, well, you will try to stack these so they don't fall over and they don't block the camera. I can't guarantee that they're not going to block the camera, but we'll try. They're definitely approaching it. Oh, but yes, moon cats, given that we just went around the moon again. It's too perfect of a fabric. Also, I do adore the fact that they had an Artemis, like from Sailor Moon, plush in, right, isn't, he was right behind Capcom, I think. Anyway, love it. It was like, hell yes. Okay, that's as high as it can go on that side. Cool, that's okay. Nope, you can't see. Don't block the view. Kinda? Yes? That one's in the way. This camera has like a large field of view. Holy. Okay. Yes, and that's not blocking me. We got a nice drop edge here. I am actually going to move the garbage can. I'm gonna move everything out of the way from there because then it can just like, should we be bad this time and just like push it over the edge? Will I create more work for myself? Or will that actually work better compared to, no, behave ourselves. Don't be a cat and just knock everything off the edge. Actually, no, knock everything off the edge. Because I just realized Dallas is putting the kids to bed. And once they are to bed, I am heading upstairs. I'm tired too. And I do need to sleep eventually. Good. 1. Oh, it's such a cute fabric. So this is the, yeah, fuck it. Let's move you up onto the, this is like a pain in the butt place to get to, but honestly, it's a way better view for you guys. So one second. I promise I'm not that old. I just like making noises. Wait, it's, oh yeah, never mind. I'm like, it's Year of the Snake this year, isn't it? No, Katie, that was last year. No, Year of the Horse. You're older now. Damn it. Okay, one second. I gotta drop the arm apparently. Okay, there we go. And then let's not put it too far above my head so I can actually do the adjustment. La 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 la. Oh, come on. I know you can. Let's go. Oh my god. Okay, so from some angles you can drop it down perfectly fine when you only loosen it a bit. Apparently that was not the angle. There we go. Oh, that's part of why it probably fought me. Actually, we went and looked at Yodobashi camera when we were there because I was like, wait, I wonder if they've got some cool like streaming setups and stuff like that for Japan. No. I was actually kind of disappointed. I was like, oh, okay, well then. Although actually what we did end up seeing is we did end up seeing a couple of the like action cameras I've considered. I think at this point we've got a good enough setup for filming in Japan and etc. that I'm not too worried about it. But it was really cool to actually see them in person because even our local stores don't really have a setup like that. So. Whoa, sorry. Give me a second here. I'm like, you're not quite exposed enough there. Okay, I think yeah, that's better. And then a little bit cooler. Yeah, at least on my end that looks correct. And I'm going to turn the brightness down a tick. 2 ticks. Sweet. And then I need to go back and we're going to zoom you in. Ha ha ha. Now you can actually hopefully tell more or less what I'm working with. Anyway, so, and I'll still continue to describe it, but that is a lot better view than what you had previously. Okay. What I will do is shimmy. Nope, that was better that way. Mostly. Good thing I'm tall. There we go. And that's why we don't use low-cut tops in the studio. No, don't do that. Oh, no. Okay, I'm going to quit the program. Okay, I am sorry. I don't never intend for it to do bullshit like that. Well, that's exactly what I was doing when we were doing those live streams. Well, the fabric tours. Has it been doing that all night or is it just now? I wonder if it's the Zoom. Okay, I quit the program because it's usually what causes like glitching like, ugh. I'm not even moving. And it's like causing it straight through from like in Streamlabs even. Like it's not YouTube. Okay, let's actually, we're gonna swap the camera for a moment and then we'll go back to it and we'll see if that's what it is. There, you get a nice view of the, that's the pile. Yay. And yeah, we're not getting any lag or glitching there. Vanna White. Actually, okay, and then we're gonna unplug the camera. 1 second. Let's do that. We'll reset the camera. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, good to know. So it's just, maybe it's just the zoom. Okay, let's try again. We'll try again. If it is still glitchy, sucks to be us, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, oh Jesus. Sorry. Oh my God. Okay. That was intense. And like, what the hell? Fucking tech sometimes. Okay, let's zoom it back out. Okay, if there's mischief makers in the studio. Okay, that's a little bit better. Not as bad as it was. Mischief makers. I'm sorry, have we not been talking to you guys enough? You can help decide on fabrics. We're happy with that too. Just don't play Gremlin in my computer, please. Okay. Okay, it is a bit better. So it is maybe, it's as soon as I open up the frickin' program. It's not the firmware, it's the software. Okay. It is better than it was, at least, but let's quit out of here again. See if that helps again. I know a lot of people say that it's like, it's actually the software that messes with the camera. Okay, gremlins, we know. What is it? We can do a whiskey on the 15th during the new moon. How about that? Like, seriously. Okay. Given how the kids were running today, I don't think we have much time left anyway. So let's just, I am sorry. We'll put up, I guess, with a little bit more of the glitching until we're done here. I don't want to restart the stream. That's part of it. So it's like, that's pointless at this point, unfortunately. It does look like it's not quite. Oh yeah, see? Whiskey. They're bougie. I've got bougie studio gremlins. Do you need milk too? I swear, up and down, I have studio gremlins. Not like malicious ones, just gremlin. They're not even gremlins. That's the wrong term for them. Mischief makers. We have studio mischief makers, and they just like to mess with us sometimes. And it has been a while since I've given them anything, so maybe time. Well, it's obviously time, considering that we've had this happen a couple times now. Maybe they missed us. Maybe we're just gone too long, and they're like, oh. Do I believe I actually have something in the studio? Actually, I do a bit. Again, not malicious, though. So maybe it's Remy. Maybe Remy's messing with our cameras. He's in the back here like, I don't get, maybe I need to move him. Maybe he needs to come sit like, okay, Remy is dead. When I talk about Remy, I'm talking about his like box of ashes. Maybe his little box needs to come sit over here somewhere instead of behind us. That might actually be it. This will sound crazy, but he was a ghostie. He actually stayed with us. So he passed in March. 4 years ago. Yeah, like March 11th. I don't know if anyone's ever experienced this, but this was my experience with it, is that I would catch him out of the corner of my eye constantly, especially in the old house. But then we actually moved in May. We were in the process of getting our house set up to like sell when he passed. And then he was a little ghost cat around the house for like the whole time we were in that house still. And then he followed us, which I was impressed. I was a little bit worried he was going to get stuck in the old house. No, he hung around with us. And he doesn't pop up as much anymore right now. So I think he's kind of like, all right, you guys are doing good, but maybe we should blame him for the gremlins or for the tech. Totally the mischief maker, because he was a quality control inspector, so it totally makes sense that he would be messing with our camera if he's not happy about it. My sister-in-law's going to Montreal, and she's had 2 dogs pass recently, and she's got their boxes, and she's like going to bring them out to my mother-in-law's because she's like, I can't put them in the storage room. And I'm like, nope, don't blame you. And now that I think of it, I should have done the same for Remy. Although he's got Snooki. He's sitting beside one of my other old cats. Anyway, there's my woo-woo moment of the night. We're totally getting haunted by my dead cat. Not in a bad way, just haunted. What did you say? I cut off part of your chat. 1 second. Yeah, I know. Way better to think it's my cat playing with it than something that's just like, yeah, you can't do this. If you see a little box pop up in the camera, though, just know it's him. Okay, there we go. It is actually one of the things we did realize about this house, though, after we moved in, is it's like, for some reason, the window wells aren't as deep, which tells me that we don't have as much insulation in this house. And I'm like, because none of the cats can really, like, or the two we have right now can't actually really sit in them. And Remy was chunky. Always was. I'm like, I don't think he would even, like, he loved to sit in windows, but I'm like, you barely fit in the old ones. Which were like 2 to 4 inches deeper. At least 2. I don't know how they got away with such, like, narrow wall studs. All right. Look at us behaving ourselves. We will kick the rest off for the yardage. I just realized that, yeah, I said that I was going to be a cat and just knock everything off. But never mind. Future Katie will be much happier about this than about that. Okay. Boop. Okay. This is the pile that's not getting made right away. This is the pile, like, this is just pre-planning. It's not actual prep. We're not doing any more cutting than that tonight. All right. It does look like it's actually resolved now. So I quit the program, and it was totally the fact that we had zoomed in. That's super annoying because that was one of the features I bought that camera for, or this camera for. So, bleh. But there's always something, right? Let me know if it changes. But yeah, that looks like it's resolved now. Wonder if I zoomed in the medium amount, if it would change it actually. Maybe we should try that. Could also be that I'm like, partly that I'm like, I think I've got a lower latency, so we don't have quite as much delay between me talking and you seeing it. So it could also, I guess, be, maybe I need to turn my latency down a little bit rather than be like, push it through. Do it. Because my internet might be able to handle it, but YouTube might not be able to. Well, no, never mind. It's the camera. Right, we just talked about that. Never mind. Blah. Okay, kitty cats. And then the birds. I love how there's one bird breaking the fourth wall in like every single line of birds on this fabric. It's a little, it's a long-tailed tit. It's a snow fairy, I think. It's got like a little red back, so maybe it's not. Oh yeah, our birds are back. We've got, Mama Bird was hopping around the other day under the deck, so that's super cool because it means that they felt safe enough to come back for nesting season. Now, and I don't know if it's like Mama Bird from last year or if it would be like one of her daughters, but anyway, doesn't matter. It's still super cool. So I expect to see some little birdies here in the next, I don't know, few months. We've been so like snowy and cold. It's like, oh right, it's middle of April. Yeesh. So. Mellow Friends. These are actually called Mellow Friends Neko because they are little marshmallows. Yay! And Neko obviously being cat. I did not intend to buy these when I was in Japan, but that's okay. I am not mad that I ended up with them. I can't remember what was supposed to be in here instead or if we just ended up doing them in addition, but that's all right. remember to start tagging Nomura in some of these. Not necessarily the videos, but the like makes as we go here too, because they are, you can actually order from Nomura Tailor. They have an online shop, which depending on the population this is reaching right now, could be very dangerous. But they do ship worldwide. And they are awesome. So if you need Japanese fabric, I would highly recommend them. Yeah, they do cuts, I think, any ½ meter and above or something like that. They do have like a minimum cut amount, but that's fine, whatever. I don't use them for that typically, and I could at this point if I was in a pinch, but having to pay the shipping still undermines the whole thing, so yeah. But their website's also a good way to, like, for me to look to see what's like available and what we might be shopping for when we go. Yes, there is an upcharge on it, and I don't blame them for that either, because photographing stuff is a lot of work. Okay. Good. Straight edged. Enough. Good. Yes, good. Okay. Okay, so one of the big things I've noticed with this is the angle of cutting this instead of the straight handle is way nicer. And honestly, wow, okay, we obviously haven't tested it out too much, but I do feel like it's going to cause less hand fatigue than if I were to, or like continue with the stick one or whatever. So, yay, good investment. It's actually one of the things I have to do when I'm in Japan next is I need to go back to Nippon Chuko. So that's from, it's like a, I guess, yeah, the best description is like Sewers Costco, but it's smaller than that. But like it's a membership club place, and it gets you like the wholesale prices for the products. And then on top of it, the fact that you don't have to pay for the translation and everything like that, which for a rotary cutter, who cares? And the membership is earth-shattering 100 yen, which is like Canadian less than $1 right now. I wonder actually how the yen is doing against the dollar right now. Canadian dollar. Because I know we were above what I would consider par. So previously what I would count as like a 100 yen coin would be about $1. We used to have exchange rates around 80 yen to a Canadian dollar. Or no, sorry. Yeah. And now we're like $1 gets like 100 to 120 yen. So once you factor in like transaction fees and everything like that, par. Basically. So. By the way, if you're traveling internationally, double check your like foreign transaction fees, because a lot of the times those like machines that are like you can pay in Canadian are a shitty deal because they charge like 4%, and our credit cards only charge 2.5%. Typically, yeah. At least for MasterCard. I don't know if it's different. And it might be different, I guess, for different countries too. But us as Canadian card holders, it makes more sense to pay in Japanese for in yen. Okay, where the hell did the comic book board go for the cats? Because it was definitely on a board. What the hell? Oh, it dropped to the floor. That's where. It's right here. Yay, us. Look at us go. The fabric's actually getting refolded. Okay, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 layers. And these are like above quilting weight. Okay. Oh my god, the salvage on this one. It's got like, so obviously they could just print dots, but no, instead they printed little kitty cat faces. I'm gonna make sure that that's actually coming through. Whee! Oh, there we go. Sorry, it was like, yeah. And the adorable part is the fact that they also have like little mountains for ears and stuff like that. More like mountains than, anyway, they're like character cats and not just cats even, or cat heads. We actually got distinct features, which, hi, going above and beyond. Okay. We're not putting them away. That is my one thing. Especially since we should keep out birds for belt bags as well. Oh yeah, and we're going to keep mellow friends for belt bags. So half of them don't go away anyway because we're starting the belt bag pile. Why are we going to have so many cotton linen or cotton belt bags? I don't know, but apparently we are. The focus should still be OB. Bags are bags are bags, I guess. The sun is still setting right now. That's awesome and insane. Okay. We are not going to get through cutting all the exteriors. La 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 la. Oh well. We've got them picked. That, and given the dither I had, we did pretty good. Because how long have I actually even been online? Oh, I've been 2.5 hours. Okay. Yeah, this is a good amount of work for 2.5 hours though. Pick and like over half cut. We'll take it. This is why I hesitated about doing this, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, again, if they're not cut, we don't sew them at all. And then, yeah, what's the other prep we need to do? We need to do, I want to Scotch guard the OB this week, because then they have an opportunity to dry. And when I talk about the Scotch guarding, it's a spray-on coating to water resist the OB. I kind of want to do it in the garage because it stinks. The only thing is that I need to figure out a surface to do it on. So I'm like, I think what I'm going to do, so I'm going to set up my like 6-footer tables that I would use for shows, and then actually pull or use a lot of the like what I've been, the OB interfacing that I've been using for press claws, because why not, right? And then that'll protect the table from actually getting Scotch guarded as well. I think that's a good way, because I was like, I could lay down newspaper, but newspaper print would transfer, so like no. No, you cannot, right? So I'm thinking, because most of the time the OB interfacing is that like, or at least for what we've pulled, is that like heavier, stiffer cotton, and it's like off-white. There's no color transfer available, so. All right, donut cats, little sweetling donut cats. My hand is itchy. think the weather's nice enough tomorrow that I might actually run outside in Calgary. I'm going to at least attempt to. Which means I need to track down my running gear tonight, I guess. Oops. Oh. It can be done in the morning. It's fine. Because I'm like, it is not warm enough for shorts. Actually, what is the weather tomorrow? Or is it supposed to be snowing tomorrow? Fuck, it's supposed to be snowing tomorrow. Yay. I mean, yay. Oh, no. Plus 11. And then, like, snow rain on Wednesday. Okay, so, yeah, definitely go do my run outside tomorrow. 11. So that's like, actually, that's long sleeve and shorts weather for a run, typically. So I have shorts. And I know where a long sleeve is. And I even know where my running bra is. Amazing. Problems all solved. Because if I don't run, as much as I don't want to run, I will injure myself. And we don't want that either. And it may not be a major injury, but I will be sore. I don't like being sore. And then after this, we are done running that distance for a while. So the plan is right now is it's like this is the last half for the next couple of years. And I'm going to do like 5s and 10s. I'm bored. I need to get back to like enjoying my exercise. And I am enjoying going swimming. And I am enjoying going for spin and yoga. And honestly, if that, and I need to add in strength training. So honestly, if that's all I do for the next couple of years, that's fine. Main thing right now is the running did maintain my muscle mass with the weight loss. So that's something that I'm trying to then maintain as well. And rebuild. I still need to rebuild some for sure, but it's not as bad as if I was doing like just weight loss. Which if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. Everyone's journey is different. But right now, they're running, yeah. I was maybe a bit over ambitious signing up for a half marathon, like 2 months after a marathon. I guess technically 3, but close enough. Time to change the rotary blade, methinks. The leather really ate it up. Wow, okay. Okay. Boop. So that's actually still folded in half. So what happens if I do this? And then we do, because then I can take this fold like this. Oh, hell yeah. Like that. No, that didn't work. It worked. It's fine for this one, but we won't do that for the rest of them. It's still bulky on that end. Whereas redistributing it would be good. All right. Koi, neon koi, white and gray say guy, huh? Fuck. This is the next pile. I'm like, where are we putting the pile? This is the pile. Where's your layer? There's your layer. Yeah, like so this one for the koi is just circles. No. Squished in squares. It's like squares and then like it's been pinched in on the little corners. And then actually this one, the donut cats, is just circles. It's wild the like difference in manufacturers. How some are super committed to like, this is cute. And some are like, this is functional. This is actually Hoko. I don't know if we've used Hoko fabrics before. Look at this koi one. Maybe? I don't recognize the name. We use a lot of like Cosmo, Coca, Sevenberry, which is one that like popped up from that. Okay, I don't remember it from our like original trips to Japan in like 2016 to 2018. Yeah, I don't remember it. And then this one doesn't even have a manufacturer on it. It's just like made in Japan, and I'm like, okay, cool, you're cute. You're cute. Mystery manufactured fabric made in Japan. What the hell? It's 8 o'clock. And so this right here that is on the fabric right now is sunshine as the sun sets. I guess, thank fuck. I'm ready for some like outside time. Actually, that is one of the nice things about the not being like stupid amounts of shows over the summer. Is like it eases my summer up so much to not be going to vibrations. Actually, not necessarily that I'll have more time, but like we'll have more time to just focus in for these shows, which is really nice. All right, sheep, where did your boards go? Or were some of these not on boards? And oh yeah, never mind. The fish were not on boards. Okay. I do have more boards, but they're upstairs, so I'm not going up for them right now. La 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 la, we're going to ignore that. And yes, we're just going to pull these out to cut small box bags later, so whatever. It's not that big a deal. La 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 la. Folded that in just a bit too tight. There we go. Comparable size to the rest of it, which is realistically the goal. Although I do find that folding them on the, so this is Cosmo, and they've got little sheepies as their selvage colors, like their print test, I guess. I do find that the fabrics do store better for me personally on the comic book boards because it does provide them like a backbone. Basically you're creating mini bolts, right? But it does mean that like being able to set them up on their edge is very nice because I'm able to see what I have better. Basically like looking at book spines, right? Which is part of the thing that I also notice with them if they lay down like this instead of standing up like this edge is a lot more visible this way than it is when it's like laying. I don't know why. It's probably because it's not like stacked, right? Well, I love how you can't even see me on the face cam because the fabrics are all in the way. Oh well. You're like, we're not here for your face. We're just here for the fabrics. And I take zero offense to that. Oh boy. Okay. Moon kitties. Moon kitties. That's not what we got out right now. This is cat's whiskers on gold. Because it's a bunch of little cat face silhouettes. And all I can see when I look at it, besides the cat faces, especially the little happy one, is the little whiskers. Like this. So, you know. Got little whiskers like this. There we go. You can't see this guy. Gotta put one on my face somewhere. All right, moon cats, because we just did a moon flyby. So how much more perfect could this be? Not. Couldn't be more perfect. More perfecter, more perfecter. you're concerned about my grammar, don't worry. That was a joke. Plus, honestly, we've got Dahlia, who's the itty-bitty little black cat, and she would totally do this on the moon. Be like, you're looking at the moon? You should be looking at me. But don't pet me. No touchy. Okay. It's also been in the stash for a bit, so it's like, it's time to use it up. Or time to use at least some of it. We're also going to use some of the older cats acting like people on pink. And we got the blue. And actually, I think we probably could do a few more layers because these are a little bit thinner fabric. So obviously, a little bit thinner fabric, a little bit easier it is to cut through. Also, by the way, if you're looking for the stuff, I did pick up some stuff from Natsumi, Day Day House. I think it's Day Day. I should actually ask her that next time. Is it Day Day or Dee? I think it's Day Day. Anyway, I did pick a few things up. I have not gotten it posted online because shambles. But they will be debuting at Peace in Dawson Creek because I'll have space because everything else. So Fibre Shindig is always a smaller booth, and then Ancient Arts is the Nook, which is also smaller. Which is fine. It just means that not everything gets up. Because I also ended up, I've got, oh my god, I just ordered a bunch of new scissors that are so good. I'm so excited for you to see them. They just came in today, so that's why they haven't been on the talk agenda yet. Because, yeah, I wasn't actually, I don't know if I was actually planning to come stream today. I knew I was going to come work. I didn't know if I was going to stream, and I was like, wait, no, we're streaming. No, we're streaming. Anyway, scissors, and sundries. What was the other thing? Needle stoppers. Little silicone needles, like caps. I know everyone and their dog is selling them, but these guys are cute. They're all cats. I found cats and I found Sakura that I really liked. So I'm like, may as well. I do need to get some packaging for them though. So, and then yeah, the new Natsumi stuff will be up later. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Well, okay. So this is going to be one last Kato. The back cuts are becoming gyoza bags. Because even though I had a very limited selection of them, they've been popular enough to put some more work into them. I've also got, I realized I have a roll of like twilly light canvas. I don't know where it falls, but anyway, I think it's actually like a light canvas, and I bought it like 10 years ago, so I have no clue anymore. Maybe not 10 years ago. That might be, but probably 8. Probably 2018. It's about the time when I went, oh shit, I don't fit in my room anymore at the old house. And since we've been here since 2022, yeah, 2018 makes sense because that's when we would have then started to discuss like updating the basement. Because we finished the majority of the basement / I moved into the basement in 2019. And then Dallas finished the flooring after that. We basically like floored the half that I needed to work on. Because why not? Okay. Square it up, square it up, square it up. Squeeze. Oh, that might have been too many layers. The hedgies are thicker. Did we do it? I need a 60 mil. Although I haven't seen a 60 mil grasp one like this. Oh. Could I use the electrical one? Yes, but its blade is dying, so I don't know. Probably time just to buy a blade for it. Anyway, the remainder of these are going to go into Cambridge's. Because, hello, adorable. As long as there's enough. If there's not, then they'll become small box bags, I think. One, two. That match? Matches enough. And then how about you, my pretties? You are getting to the point where putting you on a comic book board is almost pointless. But we will do it anyway because it does keep it tidier. Yay, actually one of those did release a comic book, Dusty Rose. Means that we have a board ready. Doom, doom, doom. No. Not that end. This end. This end's the one that we haven't cut from yet, so it's still a little bit like frayed from the wash. Haha. Whee. I don't know why I haven't worked with this more, because I do adore this fabric. My brain did just trick me into wondering where the pile was, and it's like, this is the pile. You are actively folding the pile, so just make one. Brains, 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 brains. Monday, Tuesday. Oh, I need to. Okay. No, not quite. Still nicer to fold that edge under a little bit, even if it does create a little bit of bulk. Okay. Mooncats. Mooncats. Looks like we're going. Nah, fruit fly. Get out of here. Where did you even come from? You jerk. Fuck. It's not like a fabric thing. Thank God, but. Boo. Okay, now I guess the next question is like, do we go through and we cut all the canvas? Because I don't have counts on these guys, but I guess yeah. Because again, in the production lining portion, it makes sense to cut them all now, even if we are, actually those are all becoming belt bags, whatever. Belt bag pile. Again, if it doesn't happen right away, what's the worst thing that happens? They're ready to go for the next round, right? Although I do think, yeah, I think focusing in on that midline product for Otafest makes sense, given that, well, okay, there's a lot of audience in my age, but there's a lot of audience not in my age with a more limited, well, it's, yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I was going to say with a more limited budget, but honestly, I'm probably more limited right now with the kids than I am when I was a student. No, different priorities. There we go. More money now. Different priorities. So what am I talking about? Totally just talking out my ass there. Because on the other hand, I also know that geek budgets can be very different too, so for the geekery. Anyway, focusing on a midline product does bring people to the booth. And then we'll focus in on a few of the higher end pieces because they're cool. The Traveler Sling there was very popular there last year, so I have a feeling that's one of the things. I don't know why I'm not writing this down. Could someone write this down for me and send me the note? Ebook reader covers. That was one of the other big things that I want for this year, and I think that that would be a really good one for Otafest. And like, we just won't go crazy. Famous last words. Famous last words. But like, we could go in and we could make like 12. Cut 20. make 12. Famous last words. We'll make all 20. I found a pattern the other day that was really cute, and I'm like debating about it because basically the closure is a tie, and I'm like, it's so adorable. It would be so easy because I've got so much ribbon left over from making small box, like ribbon tabs for small box bags, and then we switched to the twill. So I'm like, okay, that would be a nice way to like use up those supplies that I've had now for quite a while and will not be using again because I prefer the twill and the streamlining of stuff so that I'm not losing my mind constantly. But I'm like, should I do that, or should an ebook reader have a like zipper closure? Because if we go with a zipper closure, one of the cool patterns actually has an angled zipper, and realistically when you're putting a zipper in, it doesn't matter if you angle it or not, it's still fucking adorable. Well, or sorry, it would be distinct, and which one of you is rumpled? It would be distinct, and it's not like it's more work. It's a little bit more work, but not insanely more work. Oh, you're rumpled underneath. Okay. It's not insanely more work to put the zipper in at an angle from what I see of the pattern. So I don't know, guys. Weigh in. Should an ebook reader cover have a zipper closure, or would a ribbon closure be good? Zipper closure is more unisex. I do understand that. I mean, if we're trying to go a little bit more gender neutral, it makes sense to not have a ribbon closure. Or should I do both? I don't want to do both. Probably what'll happen. Because the other part of this is, it's like, I feel like I should probably make like a small and a medium size just to kind of hit, because ebook readers come in all shapes and sizes. Because nothing can be the same. But basically try to hit a point where it's like I can fit the Kobos that are like on the larger end, and so that I can hit the Kindles that are on the larger end, and then like vice versa on the smaller end. Because like the in-between size would be able to fit into the larger one as well. So I think that's a nice happy medium there. It's just the closure. And I don't know why I'm like dithering about the closure, but it feels like those are the details to dither about. We also do need to make more snap trays for Otafest, because they have been super popular as well for what we've had. And it feels like the Venn diagram of gamers, or dice gamers and Otafest anime like attendees is like nearly a circle. It's like that. Not fully a circle, because I don't dice. Well, I play like Yahtzee and stuff like that. I don't really dice game, but a lot of people in my circle do. Right, so there's a large amount of overlap there. There's actually, I don't know if she's there this year, but she was definitely there like in 2025. Oh, what is her name? I can picture her logo on Instagram. Deadly Dice, maybe? Anyway, she does some really cool work, and I'm like, we should do a collab. Do I have time to do collabs? No. Do I want to do collabs? Yes. So maybe we need to make time. What time? I don't know. We're just gonna fold the pandas because it's soft, but it's a little bit, now let's just put it on the board, whatever. I was like, it's soft, but it's a little bit heavier, and now I'm just like, put it on the board, we'll survive. Oh no, there's a little bit more bulk on the shelf. Whatever shall we do? Mushrooms and pandas need to become belt bags. Sheep, not so much. We're gonna keep the sheep mostly for like probably eventually they'll become like belt bags and stuff like that. But we'll keep it mostly for... Oh, it's really pretty outside right now. It's like... So we face the mountains right now. We have a west-facing backyard. And so it's like all the sunset colors are gone. But it's all like very monochrome and spectacular in that way. I don't know if I can do it justice with words. But it's like, it's pretty cloudy. The sky is that like really pale, just before sunset blue. The sun is behind the clouds. It's not behind the mountains yet though. So it's like still like lighting all these clouds from underneath and backlit. And then the mountains are really nice cut across the horizon. And it's just really nice. Lots of silvers, lots of whites. And then that like really pure yellow, white yellow that the sun has as it's setting sometimes. Everything kind of looks stormy, but it's not storm clouds, just very dramatic and pretty. Okay, now that I'm done waxing poetic about the clouds, let's get some more mushrooms. La 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 la. What the fuck happened there? It's like half of it is all green and half of it's not. It's probably just how I folded it. Considering the conditions I folded these under. Here's the other thing. This is probably the fastest turnaround I've had to adding fabrics into rotation, actually, because usually it takes me a couple months. I guess we're only a month out. So usually, like, I wouldn't have these at least. I wasn't planning to touch these until June, to be blunt. But I am much happier for getting them into rotation now. Oh, that's going to be such a good God bag. Oh, so good. It's so vibrant. Like, it's just like highlighter pinks. And then this purple is like, And then this is the same. So this is a light blue background. And then the yellow is the pop of like highlighter fluorescent yellow. And then the pink is more muted. I don't know. I'm like, where's the light pink in this? Because it's like, so there's light blue, bubblegum pink. That's what it is. I'm like, what? There's a word for it. And then like princess pastel pink, very light pink. It almost blends in with the white. And then the highlighter yellow. And then this is like highlighter pink, lavender, maybe? And then almost the same blue as in here, but it's like the lines and the mushrooms. Okay. Line them up, line them up, line them up. And then I think, okay, so then there's 1, 2. Okay, did we pull? No, there's the other one. So that would make 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to snag all of the citrus prints. And then the next set will be the 4 of the samurai or the family crest fabrics and the last mushroom print. And that should be a good, like, distribution of the different weights of fabrics, because these oranges are actually quite a light fabric. Like if they were on white fabric, I probably wouldn't have picked them up because they're just like, they're very light. They're very almost like, okay. It's a weird description, but I think most of you all understand it. This mushroom print, you can see the weave. And you can feel it. Yeah, you can hear it too. So like my nails are catching. Not snagging, but like you can catch on at least the warp, if not the weft. Yeah, right, because warp goes this way. Yeah. Yeah, the weft is smoother, but the warp you can catch on. Whereas this one, I'm not like catching. It's very smooth. So it's a very different like texture and hand from a lot of the fabrics we work with. And honestly, even the family crest ones are a little bit more I'm going to say more textured, but like less smooth, maybe is the better description. I really like this one. This one makes me think some margaritas. I'm going to just have margaritas on the brain right now. And then the very nice and traditional and normal actual orange. Actually, this one doesn't so much remind me of a lime as a kiwi. And that's because of the black seeds in the middle. So the black seeds are in the orange as well. But I don't know. They don't skew it quite as much to, this is not an orange. Whereas this one, it should technically read as citrus, and instead I'm getting kiwi. I don't know. They're all fun, so I really don't care. It's a fruit print. People like fruit prints. I don't know. Again, I don't make the rules. I just break them sometimes. Sometimes my brain breaks them. They're very retro colorings too, and I do enjoy that. It does look very like maybe lino cut. I think that's the vibe it's also giving, like very hand artisan crafted. Yeah, it's a lot of different vibes, and like some of the colorways are giving very like 70s brown, 80s brown as well. Especially the brown and like the kiwi. The line that's not a line print. All right, I'm going to square up here a little bit just because it's a little, they're all kind of all over the place, a little bit scraggly on this end. That's fine. I know I haven't done it with any of the others, but the other, I don't know, I just haven't been paying enough attention probably. Probably could have used it, but that's okay. Okay, and then that goes into the scrap bin. Actually, a scrap bag right now because we've got a Ujama. They do a craft sale here, and what it is it's grandmas helping grandmas. So every year they host a craft, not a craft sale, a like quilt and fabric, craft supplies sale, something like that. All of the above. I should actually look at it because it'd probably be a good way to get a lot of fabric for like stuff. Anyway, you can donate your unused items or partially used and stuff like that, and they'll take stuff like that little trim off and make up scrap bags and sell the scrap bags. And then what the part of it is that with the grandmas helping grandmas is then money goes from them, grandmas that organize it, to grandmas in Africa. So that's really cool. Anyway, I should actually look up the sale and see when it is. But I think it might be the same weekend as Otafest, unfortunately. It's not crazy. Marcia can hold down the thing and I can go look. Actually, I think it's the book sale. Because I think they host it at the Calgary, like, curling club down on Memorial. Which would mean that they both host it at the same place. Sweet, we've only got one more cut to go, and then we've got all the exteriors. Tops, rough cut. That does not mean that I've cut them down to size or cut drawstrings or any of that. But we've got the first cut done for potential stock for Peace Fibre Festival. Let's just go with potential. And potential stock for Caroline for Ancient Arts. / wholesalers. I guess I need to actually get that wholesale catalog done. I still need to do my taxes, which is scary. I hate doing my taxes. Actually, what I'm hung up on is doing cost of goods sold, because it's like I've sold a bunch of old things this year in the discount bin, and I'm like, Actually, I know how to do it now. Is I will go in and I'll just, I know how to do it. Guys, it's a lot of math. a lot of boring math because it's just a lot of like adding up the supplies and like what you've used. I don't want to do it. But we're nearly done. Also, I need to do add up my odometer as well. Yay. I own a small business, they said. Then you don't have to work for someone else, they said. It's okay. And here's the other thing. I don't mind paying my taxes, especially because I'll probably end up with like most of it will be CPP contributions, so Canada Pension Plan contributions. So that's also good. I like that I am making enough money to contribute to the CPP because I'm like, hell yeah, that means I might actually get some when I'm older. Maybe. Yet the program still exists. Who knows? And even if it doesn't, at least it's benefiting someone right now too. All right. All of those are becoming belt bags. Whatever. Fuck it. We are apparently going to have to do a belt bag pare down. That's fine. We are not going to try to make 50 belt bags, at least not from cottons right now. If I were to make 50, I would make 50 from the friggin' obi and kimono instead. Okay, Dallas hasn't texted that the kids are asleep. I probably jinxed myself just then, but you know, we'll finish up this cut anyway, even if he did text right now, because look at how goddamn close we are. We have 5 more fabrics to lay out. I don't know why I'm getting so aggressive about this, but we're so close to being done cutting the exteriors. Ah. Anyway, oh yeah, so for book club, I think I talked about this before, a lot of people were on, but we read the Devney Perry books for Shield of Sparrows and Rights of the Starling. Oh my God, run out and read it. Oh, no, actually, okay. I don't know. I haven't read it with my eyeballs. I've only listened with the earballs. The narration is so good. Anyway, you'll see a lot of people crying about it. I did not cry at the end, so I don't know if I'm emotionally stunted right now. However, the very last line, which of course is a cliffhanger. Guys, shivers. I've got shivers just thinking about it right now. I'm like, oh my God. So, I don't think it's going to go bad in the third book. But the third book is not out yet. So if you're a person who's like, I cannot wait, like I only read completed series, the completed series will be finished. They just announced the release date. It's March 9th next year. So we've only got a year to wait. Only. Which honestly, if it crafts a better story, it's like take all the time you need. So we'll have, I think I think this book is coming out in March, and then the next one in the Heavenly Bodies series is also coming out around that point. I will say that there is more smut or spice, whatever the hell you want to call it, in Starling than Sparrow. So the first one is Shield of Sparrows. Second one is Rights of the Starling. So Sparrows only really had like 1, and then Closed Door, which is fine. And then there was more in Starling, but I was chatting with a friend and we both kind of agree that it's like, honestly, okay, whatever, either way for me. I'm like, the scenes are not good enough that I'm like, hell yeah, I miss them if they're out. And they're not so bad that I'm like, ugh. Although to be fair, in the first one, there was no foreplay. And I'm like, ugh. I did not realize that the first time I listened to it, and then I was listening to it this time. I'm like, no. So in some ways, I probably would lean more towards, I wish it was just Closed Door, probably. So, which, given how much I do like to read the unhinged stuff, it's just like, okay, it's fine. But yeah, we both kind of agreed that it's like, all right, it feels like it just got put in so that it could fall into that the romanticy category. So, anyway. I, however, cannot recommend it enough. Like, please run out and get it from your library or read it or listen or however you would like to consume it, because my God, it's so good. It's also probably one of the most unique romantasy books that I've read recently. So I think it actually, Shield of Sparrows tied Heavenly Bodies for my favorite. And I would say that I like Rites of the Starling better than I liked Fallen Stars for the second book in the series, which Fallen Stars is the second book in the Heavenly Bodies series, which is going to be 5 books. So I'm like, ugh. Which apparently is also what the Empyrean series is going to be, which is like the dragon books. Which should get better in the third one, at least for me. I was like, if it had continued like the second one, I was actually just going to DNF the third. So I'm like, nope. Nope. Anyway. Last cut. Hi, mushrooms. Okay. Yeah, we'll square it up. It's not actually that bad, but we're laid out over top of the inch line, so we may as well. We've even done all our cutting so far. So far. I will caveat that one. Asterisk. Footnote. So far, we've kept it clear. Which, honestly, for show prep season is impressive. I did actually come down earlier because I was like, okay. Actually, well, I was going to come down earlier before we went out to the skate arena and the pool with the kids earlier, and I was like, I've got like an hour. I'm going to go downstairs and like cut some stuff. And then I looked at my table. I'm like, no, there's no way that's going to cut anything right now because there's no room. I don't know why I played with that. That's not safe. Anyway, so I actually did tidy up a little bit. The floor, we're not gonna, the floor doesn't exist. The floor is the space for the bins for the work. That's all it is right now. Right? Right. I think we can all agree on that. Okay. Fold these up, and then do we cut everything down? I think we cut everything down, and then we can like start drawstring cuts as well. I don't know. What should be our next step? Or should we cut pockets? No, yeah, okay. Like, Katie, you're all over the goddamn place and you keep talking yourself out of things. I know. We'll cut down and then we'll do drawstrings and then we'll cut the pockets and we'll pair everything up as we go. That's what we're going to do. We are going to attempt to keep everything together. And yeah. And then all of these are definitely going in. I really want belt bags from the family crests. And I think we should actually do some mini travelers from these as well. Oh, this would also look really good paired up with the wax canvas, actually. Okay, well, we got lots of plans. Not enough time to execute them. All right. Fold it up, fold it up, fold it up. And then I'm going to grab a chair and we're going to sit while I do the... So basically what we have to do is we have to trim all of these, so they're folded selvage to selvage. To get these ready for Kato, I have to trim it, right? I have to trim it in half. Yes, right, because if it's a directional print, then the drawstring does run sideways, but that is okay because it means that we don't waste any fabric. And then the gyoza bags we'll trim down later, but they will be, they'll be the back cut from the Kato instead of it becoming large box bags now. If you are a lover of the large box bags, this does not mean that they're fully out of production. It just means that I'm not cutting them specifically to just like, not like I'm just doing with the Kato right now. So right now I'm just going in and cutting Kato and being like, all right, we're just going to make these for sale. No, the large bags didn't do too bad, but the majority of those sales were retail sale or wholesale sales. So the fact that they get a wholesaler catalog means that honestly they can just order as they want. And if you guys see anything you would like, feel free to like put in a custom order. Like it's not like I'm going to forget how to make a large box bag. It's just there's no point in me putting them into production if they're not selling. So, and they weren't selling last year. All good. It's time to change it up again. I think the gyoza bags are good for a bit. And then I think we're going to go back to wedge bags for a little bit because I haven't seen any other makers doing wedge bags. I know it's kind of like the gateway bag for a lot of people. But it'd be nice to add something that's a little bit easier to sew sometimes. There's a reason why it's a gateway bag. Okay, I do not hear any cats. I will have to shaka when I go upstairs. But I'm going to grab the chair and we're going to come out. Ha 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 ha. I'm really proud that we got everything folded and put away. I am like, I was going to say secretly impressed with that, but obviously not very secretly impressed with it because I keep talking about it. Okay. Oh, and then I guess the other question is, what is in front of the camera? Oh, the camera froze. Oh, lovely. Oh, hi. Yes, hello. Yeah, the face cam froze. Oh, lovely. Okay. Yay, tech problems. Everyone's like, yeah, we just want to look at, we don't want to look at your face. We want to look at the fabric. No, that's the overlay. This is the capture. Okay. Turn it off. Hide. Unhide. What the heck? Okay, we're going to be like, go to my phone, and it's going to bling, and now we're going to go back to face cam. There we go. Hey, now you can actually see me, and I'm going to push the laptop a little bit closer so I can see the chat. Meow. Come on up. There's space. Okay. Okay, it's just like, wait, do I have shears? I have shears. Okay, so we need to cut it in half. And then we'll cut it to the width that needs to be, and the excess from that becomes the drawstring. Okay. La 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 la. This pattern's Kandou Crafts Kato Drawstring Bag. If you want to make these, please make sure you support the designer. I am not the designer. But she deserves all the money because honestly, I'm pretty sure that every single pattern of hers that I add in is a bestseller. Although we are going to do some of those Amelia bags from, it's Amelia from Miss Freckles Designs. And it's so adorable. And it has like, I think it's a really good candidate for using, doing, oh my God, using the obijime, which are the ties that go over top of the obi. And I keep buying them and I haven't planned what to make with them. And then she came out with this pattern and I'm like, hell yes. There was something I was going to look up and tell you about too, and I can't remember what it was. But I will look up the Amelia bag and I'll show it to you. I think it's on my phone because it's super cute. And then we'll go back. Yeah, Amelia crossbody. Jesus, that's the cats. Flynn keeps crawling in the kids' like play kitchen and knocking shit off. Anyway, here's the bag. And then along the side there, you can see where the thing is tied. I'm thinking that with the OBGMA is going to be really good. So this is an OBGMA. I don't know how long it is, actually. I think it's crossbody length. And it is crossbody length. Ooh. This is not intended to be adjustable anyway, because like once you add in the ties for it, that's going to take like, well, you don't have to tie it right at the bottom. Just make sure they're like even, because that's what's basically going to hold, like it's going to tension the hold loops. Yeah, that's good. Maybe not for someone who is like itty bitty, but even then it's not bad. So I have a long torso. I'm about a 19-inch. Well, okay, pit to wrist, I'm 19 inches basically, which means that pit to like upper hip is probably about 19 inches as well. I've never measured. Let's find out. How long is Katie's torso? I always say that. And then, yeah, okay, so top of like hip bone from pit, like right in there, is 15 inches. I figured this out because when I was knitting sweaters, they were never long enough. So like 15 inches is going to hit your hip top of hip, but you still want like more. Like I want to cover some of my butt. So like as much as I say, so yeah, it's a long torso. Anyway, I have a long torso. You're like, Katie, shut up about your torso. Ugh, guys. Chaos. Anyway, this should work. And then if you have a shorter torso, it's just going to hang a little bit longer. Or you could knot it up at the top. Anyway, this is the pattern we're going to use for these OBGMA. Because I saw someone doing like little straight line bags. And I'm like, they're cute, but I don't want to look like I'm copying someone. And they weren't quite the vibe I'm going for. These fit the vibe we're going for. And like, then, yeah, these are going to be, I think it's going to be super cute. I think it's going to work. Water bottle holders. That's the other thing I was going to try and add in this year. I was going to try and add them in last year, but we all know how that went. It didn't, basically. Okay. Anyway. Now that we've stopped talking about my torso, let's get into the rest of the cuts. Jesus. But the more you know, the more you know. Like, I didn't know I had high arches until I started knitting socks because, like, socks are stretchy. And then you try and put a hand knit heel into the sock and suddenly the sock isn't stretchy enough, right? So that is one of the really cool things I still find about making clothes for myself is it's like figuring out what needs to be done. Sometimes it's such a pain in the ass. I'm just like, oh. It's also why I don't sew stuff because honestly, in some ways, knitting is far more forgiving. That is not the right line. That is the line. Okay, so the bottom half of this is slightly longer than the top half. This is what happens when you're down to the last pieces, folks. Okay, so we want to use the side with the selvage, which I don't normally do because of the drawstring. Or now, no, because this has a like woof here, and this does not. Okay. All right, so we're going to ignore that top portion. We're going to trim this here. Yeah, the way I found out that I had a long torso is I actually knit the calligraphy cardigan by Hanami, which was a pattern that was really popular. Like, when did we get engaged? I'm asking you guys, like you know this. Anyway, it was a pattern that was super popular in like, would have bought the yarn for it in 2012. So probably like 2010 to 20 something, 20 aughts. And her pattern actually, it's a long cardigan, and it was like a really long cardigan, and I was like, oh, I like this. And then I figured out that it's because it's like longer than average, and and for me it sits properly. It's not like really oversized. So, yay. Because everything I had knit before that was too short. Or like, and not like in a cropped way and cute. And I like, you can see the pooch and it's uncomfortable because it's colder. Not in a cute, sexy way. In a, I am an uncomfortable beastie right now way. Just be worse now. The pooch gets colder. Way easier now. Oh, God. My scissors need a sharpening. They are struggling. I also still need to find the other pair of shears. I have 2 pairs of shears. I think I now know where they are. I have a feeling they're in the button bucket. From like cutting the circles for buttons. I have a feeling they're in there. But I don't know. God, I still love that fabric. And I really like these bonsai cats. It's going to be tough when I make some of these to not keep all of them. I'm usually pretty good about it. I have definitely pilfered somewhere. I'm just like, and no, that's mine now. What do I have? I have a small box bag. And I have a knot bag. Which, considering how long I've been making, is not that bad at all. But there's definitely some in here that are already being like, hey, listen, you should keep me. Wink, wink, wink. Not subtle hints. They're not giving subtle hints. They're like, hey. Yeah, I should. Oh, you poor scissors. I don't even know when I'm going to do that. Oh no. Actually, they're usually pretty good. I should just double check in with the sharpener guy's like schedule and see if he's just able to do it right away. Because realistically, our kitchen knives, I haven't done them for too long, but our kitchen knives could use a sharpen too, realistically. Because there should be no issue cutting through this. I love how they like started the William Morris inspired like prints and then they just haven't stopped. I really like this cat one with the florals and the strawberries, and it's 100% William Morris inspired. Morris and Co. And if you're like, why are you flipping them? It's because I'm right-handed, so I need the folds on my right-hand side. No more meaning than that. Yeah, and then so what we'll do for the gyoza bags is, because I typically prefer that they are, that we have this, the selvage doesn't go into the, into the drawstring. We can take the selvage pieces, square them up like this. And how much is that? I'm wondering if that is actually a good, that's a good piece to make wristlets out of. So we can fold this. Hell yeah, guys. Okay, sweet. So now we've already got a plan for the inundation of scraps we're going to get here this summer. Thank fuck. Rather than have just, yeah. So, in that case, I'm like, do we? No, that's the appeal of the twill, is that we don't have to interface the gyoza bags. Never mind. I was like, do we interface the exterior and like make it a little bit like heftier? But no, we're not going to do that. By the way, so the the koi here on the Seigai Ha, all 3 colorways. And both of these Fuji prints that we have here are actually all Dabi. Dabi meaning that they are a textured fabric. Like the texture is woven into the fabric. So it is like, yeah, actually the koi, you can't see it. You can only feel it on the koi because of the Seigai Ha. Actually, you can see it on the back. It is only slubby in the warp, the weft, sorry. Warp is the one that you weave onto. Weft is the this way one. So it's only slubby on the weft, whereas the Fuji is slubby on the warp and the weft. So the warp is, okay, this is my loom. Your threads come out of the loom towards me, and I am the weaver, and the weft is the one that goes across. I don't know why I'm lecturing you. I'm just assuming no one knows. Or if you do know, please don't take offense. But yeah, so the Fuji is warp, if I can keep it straight, and weft, what I would be throwing, is slubby. Whereas with the koi, it's only the weft that is slubby, this stuff. What the weaver would be actively working with. There we go. Okay. Dawson doesn't message me, so we're going to split them up. So, selvage here. Not selvage here. No selvage? Selvage. Okay, I know we cut a lot, but honestly this does, knock on wood, all of this is wood. This feels manageable right now on Monday. We have till Friday night. Like the wind, eh? And hope to high hell that no one gets sick this week. I think I need to go, yeah, I need to go for my run outside tomorrow because it's like, I need some vitamin D. I need to be training so I don't injure myself. I don't want to take the time to do it, but I have to. And actually, if I do it while I'm in the city, it'll be nice too because it'll be a different running route. I'm just going to do what I didn't do today, which was like 7 kilometers, which really, after training for a marathon, is nothing, very little. I'm not going to say it's nothing. It's very little. It is a third of a half, which is what I'm training for as a base run. It's like, so a base run is like what you're supposed to be doing consistently. I'm just like, meh, I don't want to be doing it. I don't want to be doing any of it. Let's not. But that's what'll get me in trouble. So let's do it, I guess. Yeah. Okay. So now we go in, and I always fold them in half because it just is like, it's easier to cut it when it's here and in half. Okay, we're good. It's like, just had a momentary panic of like, oh my God, I got these all wrong. But no, we're good. We're fine. How many, like, we sold over 100 of these last year. I definitely know how to cut Kato bags because that means I sewed at least 100 last year, which is also wild to think of because we're still sewing the ones that we cut last year, right? Yes. Oh, I guess, never mind. I guess a good chunk of what's in that bin is co-opted large box bags now too, of like, and we're not making box bags, so we may as well put it here and use it for Kato. Okay, I'm going to square up to the left. Yes, we'll square up to the left and then cuts come off of here. Because we need to cut here. Cool, yeah, so far that works. Cool. Because we could square up the selvage edge, but I'm going to cut from the right, so we'll square up on this edge. And then that just means if there's any like wobble in here, it's all like it just gets taken up in the drawstring and channels instead of getting taken up in the bag width. I'm like, what are we actually doing? We're cutting down the bag width is what we're doing right now because these are all too wide. And then we had the genius moment, what, like last year, I think? Early last year when I was prepping, I think, for Polka Dot Creek, that large box bag cuts are basically what we need. They're very similar sizes, and so here we are, history made. Not groundbreaking history, but, you know, business history. Important history for what we're doing right now. Okay. Am I doing my math correctly? Measure multiple times, cut once, because you can't fix it. Is my like cutting mat accurate? Because apparently there's a bunch of horror stories about some people's cutting mats not being accurate, and I'm like, I always just assume my cutting mat is accurate. Okay. Anyway, my math is correct, which is also good. I like when my math is correct. Has my math been incorrect before? Yes. And at a level of like actual small disaster for the business. Because wasn't it like, I think it was last summer that we ended up cutting a bunch of canvas wrong? Like, okay, I can figure it out, but it's like heartbreaking. I hate wasting materials. I guess it wasn't super, like, I wasn't super wasting them, but like, that's what it feels like. Okay, same thing. Selvage to the right. This looks very short. What the fuck? It's not, is it? No, it's the right height. Okay, it just looks short. Stop freaking out. You know what you're doing. I'm just rusty. Because we haven't cut anything. Well, we haven't cut any Kato for a while. I'm like, wait, we totally just cut a crap ton of Cambridge. It's all good. Those are a lot fussier too, because that's wax canvas. So as soon as you mark wax canvas, you're committed. Okay, this one is a little bit shorter. Shit. No, it's significantly shorter. It's like almost an inch over here. Okay. Well, one less Kato to make. That could be small box bag along with that quilt window cat. Okay, now the question is, which way is the right way? That was the right way. Are you the correct width? Yes, this is actually wider, which is where it comes in that cutting the drawstring out of there works better, because then it'll, yeah. Sorry, I wonder, I'm like, it's almost 9 o'clock. Where is Dallas? The kids better be asleep by this point. Yeah. Anyway, whatever. More work time, which is what we need right now. Okay. So we do have more colorways of this, by the way. We've got a navy, a black, and I feel like I got a third color, but I don't remember what it was. Oh, and it needs a trim down across the top. Okay, maybe we will actually trim that down in one piece, because then it's wide enough to make a wristlet from. Or like, yeah. Yeah, no. If you don't, it's all good. It's just me muttering to myself. Plotting, because all the plotting. Salvages, Selvages. Go to the right for drawstrings. That feels like that's enough for us. My rotary cutter's not gonna cut it. Literally. Literally. Hey, scoot. Scoot to boot. Good. Good. Plus that to that. Good. Okay. Correct. Correct. Good. Just the very bottom layer. Oh, never mind. So, okay, I guess I'll give it a little bit more leeway. Probably should change the rotary. I have said this the whole time. It's probably time to change the rotary blade, but I'm still in denial. But also, I'm not, like, I'm sitting, not standing, which tells me that, yes, actually that rotary blade or this rotary cutter's way better for cutting than. Okay, so it's too tall, so we're going to trim it down here. These are the ones that were in the bin. They just are. Okay. Just a nice big strip to give away instead. That's fine. That's good too. So Shannon is actually taking a bunch of my cuts like that, and she'll probably use them for, she does some really cool patchwork bags, so, and that's just, I've tried. Not going to do it. I don't have enough patience to do the fussy part of it, and then I have too much gotta control it, like it's gotta look really good validation bullshit on my side, that I just cannot bring myself to crazy quilted either, so it's just like, nope, not for me. Also, so scraps going to someone else who can use them is amazing, and I'm super excited to see what she does with them. And I'm also super excited to see how she puts them together and what it actually ends up looking like. Okay, sweet. Dallas says that the kids are almost asleep. I think we'll finish cutting these down for their drawstrings, and then I'll head upstairs. That's a good pause place. Maybe and then tomorrow we're gonna get right into it with interfacing. Canvas interfacing. I don't know why I just flipped that twice, because realistically, what am I doing? Selvage needs to go this way, and the fold needs to go that way. Why did my brain just break on that? There we go. Fuck me. Yeah, it's time to stop. Okay, we'll finish this last like 1 or 2 cuts, and then we're going upstairs, because apparently my brain is done. Wow. I was just like, what is 3D space? Oh well. No, stop there. I'm like, I just kept adding layers, and I'm like, wait a second. That's not gonna work. Actually, I said that's supposed to get to 11, and I can totally run in a like long sleeve and shorts. And I'm like, wait, what temperature though is it going to be in the morning? So that is also important. Okay, that is the same spot we have been at. This is the same spot that we've been at. Everything is lined up, and that is enough. One of them is going to be short, but that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, cool. Yay! No. Oh, that makes sense. That's the thick fabric at the bottom. We've had issues at any point. And then these don't get... Oh, these need to be... Smack, smack. It's the drawstrings that I'm smacking. What are you doing? They'll need to be cut down in width, actually, because they are currently too... Yeah, they're currently too tall. I'm like, what am I saying? But they're too tall. So they need to be trimmed down. Because I'm like, the next thing we'll do is we'll fold them over and we'll just sew all the drawstrings. And then we cut them in half. But no, we do actually have to trim them down because otherwise they're too much drawstring. Which is wild to say, but like it would not fit in the bag because the channel would be, it has to fit the bag. Anyway. Blah, blah, blah. All the words coming out of my mouth hole. All right, there is no, I don't know why I keep throwing thread over there. There is no garbage can over there right now because I even specifically told you I was moving it. Jesus. Okay. Ugh. This is cute. I think I originally bought it to make wallets, and then the wallets have like dramatic as flopicus. We are not making more wallets. I also probably should sell off what I have, but I'm holding out hope. But it's gonna make some cute Kato and a cute gyoza bag, actually, like super cute. Okay, there is a slight fold under here, so let's see. Hell yeah, we did it. Okay, and then we're gonna pop this on top, and then that is the last of the cutting. And then tomorrow we're gonna come in and we're going to start by trimming down the drawstring. And then we're gonna cut the canvas. And then we're gonna do the interfacing. That's the sequence. Drawstrings, canvas, interfacing. Because when actually, sorry, before we do the interfacing, I will do sheets ironing. And then we'll go in and we'll do the interfacing. And then after the interfacing is at least tacked down, we'll cut all the pockets. Which means I do need to figure out a full... Right, I was like, I got this cute hedgie fabric, but the hedgies aren't here. They're in the next round. I could still cut them down and figure out what they fit. Anyway, how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I did take a picture of which ones are going with the yellow, and then by process of elimination, which ones are going with the blue. I lost count in that chatting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. You did say I was going to sew 25. We could add in the hedgies. And then having the hedgy fabric out makes sense. And then there's 25, which is a nice number for Kato because they are super popular. For some reason, I never seem to be able to get over 30 at any single time. I think the highest I've been is like 33, and I think that was Knit City, Vancouver. And like at the end of Saturday, they were just like, bleh. It looked like how tired I felt after that day. This is not a complaint, but that Saturday, this last Knit City, like Vancouver, was bonkers. And here's the thing, my like sales were up 50% over the previous Knit City, Vancouver Saturday. So the proof is in the numbers that it was bonkers. And then yeah, it was just like the display was looking a little bit dramatic as flopicus as well. Just like, oh right, oh shit, there's 3 over there. 28 sounds like a good number. Jeez, fuck me. Because we, oh well, because we have these guys. 2 of which already have their canvas on them. So they're totally way less work. They are actually quite a bit less work, but I do not know where the drawstring channels for those 2 went, but you know, I'm glad we still have the fabric so that we can get that fixed. And honestly, adding the hedgies in is not a bad idea, so whatever, we'll survive. And if they don't get done, they don't get done. They don't get done, they don't get done. Failure is an option. It's not like I'm quitting, just failing, which is fine. Actually, I do think that was one of the hardest things to manage about not finishing Osaka, was my eldest's disappointment that I didn't finish and get the medal, because they knew how important it was to me and stuff like that. And it's like, well, sometimes it just doesn't happen, even like despite your best efforts, right? And that's the thing. I still firmly believe that I did my best effort given like situation and everything like that. So yeah. Okay, let's cut these drawstrings before I fucking forgot. I'm going to cut it like we're cutting a wristlet. Yes, we're going to pretend it's a wristlet, and then we'll trim it down. Actually, I think we'll end up, we'll end up taking a good chunk of the fabric for it, but like it's not the end of or like it'll be enough to be able to do other stuff with it. And then we need to figure out what we're doing with the last cut of this as well, because hi gorgeous. I made a Dundurn tote out of it last. Probably should go into a Cambridge. That's probably actually what I set these aside for and totally forgot. It's all good. Okay, and then when we're cutting down these guys for height, we'll cut those down for width as well. Width, height, the same diff. Okay, so there we are. Munsell. I haven't seen Munsell again since these ones either, and this one's super cute. That's not gonna work, it's too small. Bloop, bloop, bloop. What am I talking about? Those are totally belt bags. Psh. I don't know about this one. I don't know if this one's belt bag, but maybe. All right, that's a question for another day. Drawstrings. Partially completed Kato. This one needs canvas, so let's put that over there so that we are like, and that goes on the drawstring pile. Canvas. Canvas. So we're doing drawstring and then canvas. Do I have? That's just a packing slip. That doesn't have anything like that I actually like need to write off. Okay, cool. Is this locked? That is not locked. Okay, so April 14th. Drawstring. Cut down. And then canvas. And then iron sheets. Interfacing tack. Oh yeah, because we also need tack down. And trim. Interfacing. Press. At least it's going to be shitty on Wednesday, so I don't have to feel like I have to take the kids outside after school. Cut sheets for pockets. I will not be able to read that in the morning. Canvas. Iron sheets. Interfacing tack down and trim. Interfacing press. Cut sheets for pockets and cut interiors. All right. I think we can do all that tomorrow. Only thing that might hold it up is the interfacing press, like the actual like steam press time. prep and adhere. Oh, and I've got book club tomorrow night. Ooh, no. Okay, prep and adhere. Labels. Okay, and then how many did we figure out we had? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. What are you doing over there? 20, 22, 24, 26, 27, 29. Yeah, okay. 30 interiors, canvas times 30, and then sheets for pockets times 30. We're just gonna go with that because who the fuck knows exactly? My counts are off somewhere, and I know I prefer to have more prepared than less prepared. Dun dun dun. Because what's the worst that's gonna happen? We use it next week for the next round of Kato. No one panic. We got this. This feels manageable. It's not, but it feels manageable, so we're good right now. No panicking. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Have a fantastic night or day, wherever, whenever you are. And yeah, we'll be back at this chaos at some point tomorrow. So chat with you soon. Bye.